gonna end with these.
You haven't been here.
I love the show. Don't I tell you?
Fucking show sucks.
Oh.
When Johnny starts working with new intros, Johnny can add you to the intro. He knows how to do it. Hey guys, and welcome to the Deep Threats. It's March 5th, 8 a.m., and it's our 18th episode this year. We just wanted to thank you all for being here and coming and watching us. It's appreciated for any of those that are out there actually watching us. We do a lot of work and we try to stay up to date with everything we can.
I don't know why.
But for all yous that love football,
All yous.
that's a real word.
All yous.
All yuns.
Yinzes?
Don't start Steve on the Yinzes thing. He won't let it go for like 2 hours, and I don't want to hear it for 2 hours.
How y'all Yins doing?
You can't y'all Yins it.
No, whatever.
Rare
All
medals.
right, happy Combine Week to all you that enjoy football as much as we do. We're probably going to talk a little bit about it. Well, we're going to talk probably a good amount about that today.
No, we're not.
Standouts, anybody rising or dropping on our big board, and that'll be probably what we kind of get into with the Combine and relevance, why the Combine matters. That being said, let's jump into news. Johnny.
Who do we got?
Sheesh.
Not sure why the button's not working. So we'll just go right in.
Bueller.
Yeah, I broke it.
All right, so
Breaking news.
Hold on. Before we do the Texans, Jalen Carter's back, baby. We wanted to give you guys that heads up that Jalen Carter is back. He went and got arrested, came back off.
No. He went and turned himself in.
Well, it's getting arrested.
Money talks.
He didn't get arrested.
And
He got
then
let go.
he posted bail. And then usually when you post bail, you're not allowed to leave the state. But apparently, if you pay enough, you can leave the state. That's what we're learning.
And if you play for
Jimmy going in
Georgia
hot.
and bring him multiple championships.
So Jalen Carter went back to the combine
Back to back.
and he did his. Did he do any workouts?
He's a bum.
I don't think
Well, he went back and then he talked to the media and everything.
Okay, so he did his interviews. All right.
Yeah, if he did do workouts, that was not something I saw. I think that we all would have been like front row seat.
If I were him, I would have definitely done my workouts because he's probably
Definitely.
hyped.
Oh, he had to have been.
Who can I kill now?
Jesus Christ.
Who can I be accessory to this time?
Let's jump into
Some
the
Ray
rest of the
Lewis
news.
talk.
Oh my God.
Texans cut Justin Britt, their center, signed Kendall Sheffield. Excuse me.
I can't believe you said that.
Have you heard the stuff I've said?
Yes. Yes,
That
I
is
have.
probably not even the slightest worst.
That's not. You've
Okay.
said worse.
All
But
right.
holy.
All right. Jags also move on from Shaq Griffin.
Sorry.
I'm done with you today. Patriots set to release
quick.
Cleveland native Brian Hoyer,
Oh.
at the start of the new football year, and that is March 15th.
Yep.
Why?
Because
Probably
he's
money.
40 and he's old.
That's all
And
right.
he's a
I mean, they didn't give it
backup.
to Tom Brady after he was 40.
The one
Yeah,
time
they
he had
did.
a chance.
He was 38.
Oh, the one time he had a chance to played
Was he?
6 snaps and got crippled.
Yeah.
Robbie Gould is going to try free agency, and that actually is probably a good decision for him with the amount of kickers that are gone this year.
Crosby.
He could get paid some pretty good money.
Brett Maher.
Well, yeah.
So you can go to Dallas.
Brett Maher's never going to work again.
Come to Cleveland, Robbie Gould. I don't care if we had Cade York.
They'll have Brett Maher kick the halftime show
Oh,
for the Super
Jesus.
Bowl.
Brett Maher's actually going to have his leg cut off and a new one put on.
Bucks expected to
Bionic
move
leg.
on from Cameron Brate. That
Bailey
frees up
Zapp's better than
five.
Hoyer.
Yes.
Bucks are expected to move on from Cameron Brate that frees up $5 million in cap space. Eagles defensive end Brandon Graham is fielding offers from other teams, also including the Browns, because apparently we need more defensive ends and not worry about D tackles.
Hold on.
Why not? We don't have Connie.
You said the Bucks are moving on from Brate to free up $5 million.
Yeah.
That's a drop in the bucket.
I
That's cheese
think
for them.
I
That's
think that
nothing.
was a
But
mutual.
they have Kate Otten.
I think that was a
Yeah,
I
mutual.
agree, but
I think it was a mutual agreement because Cade Otton's going to be the starter next year.
he
Right.
should be. I mean, Brate's older
And
too.
this is such a
Yeah.
deep
Yes.
franchise. This is such a deep tight end draft class that there
That
was.
depends on who you ask. I think the tight
you
end
watch
class
the
is okay.
combine?
I think the
So-
tight end class is pretty good.
Well, so I don't even know how many years Brate was with Tampa, but he only had
Laporta's
273
a stud.
catches.
Laporta is a
and
stud.
33 touchdowns.
Will Mallory yesterday had a day.
You damn
And
right.
I wasn't high on Will Mallory.
You baby.
So that we'll move on from there.
That's right.
Raiders are expected to franchise tag Josh Jacobs
He said he'd play on the tag.
if they don't come to a contract
Really?
agreement before March 7th.
Yes.
You said play on the tag.
And I respect that, even though I would sit on it. It fits his character. Like, he don't care. He just wants to play ball. It seems
As long
like.
as he balls out like he did last year.
He don't
He's
have to
not
ball.
gonna.
He don't
No.
have to ball like he did
He'll
last
ball
year.
out.
He can run for 1,000 and
I'll
put
take
up
him in the
8
first round of
touchdowns, and he's
fantasy.
still going to get a contract.
Call me crazy. I'll take Josh Jacobs in the first round of fantasy.
Evan Ingram to be placed on a franchise tag by the Jags.
that team
Also,
now?
Also, Tony Pollard expected to be tagged if no deal is met by the Cowboys.
Nah, I got to be honest. That's the one that's absolute retardation.
Well, if they can come up with a long-term deal, like a 3-4 year deal for him for like, let's just
He
say,
cannot
let's
pass
say,
block.
Well, let's say 28.
But
He's
he's
gonna
also
be
coming
hurt
into
all
the year.
year.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna
He's
be
gonna
hurt.
miss like
I have a
12
que-
games.
He broke his fucking leg.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question.
Late in the season.
Let me ask
only
you,
a
let me
flesh
ask you a
wound.
quick question, right?
Hopping around.
If you can combine per year pay Zeke and Tony Pollard a combined number of $14 million, would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. If
Yeah,
that's
'cause
what,
that's
if that's
one
what
running
that's
back.
gonna do, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So, I mean,
okay. I mean, yeah, you have your whole
Yeah.
backfield. Okay, that I understand. If
right.
that's what we're looking at, if
'Cause
that's what
that's-
they're looking at, okay.
Well,
Isn't that-
they're talking
I mean,
about restructuring Zeke, and he said he'd take less to stay.
I thought they. Oh,
Well,
they
Zeke
haven't
would-
done it yet. Okay,
Zeke
I
would
know
be-
they
They
talked about
haven't done it, but
Zeke would be
they've talked about
stupid not to restructure because
Yeah.
they'll just cut
They
him.
only
it. I was just gonna say that was one of the
I mean,
things I
guys,
saw earlier.
they
this
only
week.
have to do that before the start of the year. They have to fix the salary cap, so they have plenty of time to
It's gotta-
restructure Zeke and figure out.
It's
Tony
got to be
Pollard.
the day. What is it? The day before the first preseason game.
Oh,
They-
that's it.
I think
oh my
that's
God,
when they- I
that's
think
a
that's
long
when they-
timeline.
Well, yeah. No. I think it's before the regular season game. Because
Oh yeah,
roster cuts.
roster
Yeah,
cuts.
roster cuts.
So I think that's that bye week between
Wow.
Yeah.
the end of the preseason, starting of the regular season.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Back to the
Danny Dimes has been reported to have turned down an offer between 35 and 39 mil per year. He wants his mom. He wants
Mom?
more, and his mom says he deserves better.
Oh.
Well, guess what, Mom? Nobody gives a shit what you say.
So apparently you didn't see that he turned down $45.3 million a year also.
Yeah, I did not see that.
Sorry, I'm not paying
I didn't
Danny
see
Dimes
that.
for $30
Yeah.
I
million.
think that was a rumor.
So if he
Well,
wants,
then hot
let's say,
takes. He wants
if he
more.
wants 46 or more, then that means that he wants to be the third highest.
So that means Daniel Jones will probably be
cut.
a free agent if he.
I think
Or-
me
yeah.
and Johnny both had him valued between 30 and 35.
Yeah, I would say 30.
He's
and
not
the-
worth more than Derek Carr.
No.
So
Well, that's
he better
my point
hope he gets-
exactly.
You know, if I'm the Giants, I call Derek Carr, be like, hey, I'll pay you
It's-
$35 million,
he
$40
better
million.
hope he
Come
better
on.
hope he
Right.
gets signed
There-
before
there-
Derek Carr.
There is no, I'm telling you right now, there is no market for Daniel Jones.
It's-
He's going to find that out.
How
He's
about,
gonna,
how about that? How about
Not
that?
for that cost.
So
It's going to be
Derek,
Le'Veon Bell, but he's going to be the quarterback.
Derek Carr
Saga of
makes
it.
Derek Carr makes 35 mil a year.
But he's proven.
Destroys Daniel Jones's stock.
Good. I hope he does. Because guess what?
yes, it
Daniel
does.
Jones is not worth the
I'm just
paper
saying.
that he's written on.
All right.
There's no value there.
Let's get into more drama in the NFL. Rashad Bateman tweet
What has he
responding
done?
to DaCosta.
Daniel Jones took a subpar offense with no receivers. to
With
the
Brian
playoffs.
Dable, the quarterback
Don't say no
whisperer.
receivers.
Brian
Every single
Dable
one of
was
those
great.
receivers have showed up. The problem is they're all injury prone.
Daniel Jones has been mid below all his career.
It's not even about that. It's like we can sit here and talk about.
So, like, I like Wandale.
He
I
has
like
terrible.
Shepard before he had
so
his
Daniel
ACL,
Jones
and now his
fumbles
Achilles.
the ball, has terrible pocket presence,
Oh,
doesn't
jeez.
get it out quick enough. His feet he looks like he's got happy feet in the pocket. He looks.
Well, he does have happy feet.
He does.
He
I
runs
I know,
a lot.
but
He does. They have cute design QB
yeah, but the
runs.
problem is I'm not paying him anything
Is-
more than
is-
$35 million to be
So
mid.
in my opinion, right, because he has designed QB runs, he has designed hits he's going to take every game. Is he worth that? Is the same conversation is Lamar Jackson worth that?
I'll take
No,
Baker
I don't
Mayfield.
think either of them are
I'll
worth
pay
more than Derek
Baker.
Carr personally.
I don't think so.
I'll
either.
pay Baker
Not even close.
$15 million a year to come to fucking the Giants.
All right, so
Yeah.
Which
that.
I think that was a rumor this week too.
so
I like that way more.
Rashad Bateman tweet responding to DaCosta, who pretty much said his wide receivers are shit.
Oh, did he really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then-
Quote, if I had an answer, that would probably mean I would have some better receivers.
Oh,
We're going to keep
shit.
swinging.
And then Rashad Bateman responded with,
How about you play to your players' strengths and stop pointing fingers at us at number 8. Blame the one you let do this. We take heat 24/7 and keep us healthy. Care about us and see what happening. Yeah. See what happened. Ain't no promises though. Tired of y'all lying and capping on players for no reason.
and then if you look at the report card for the Ravens,
I don't have it on OBS yet.
screen share it, would you?
So is he pretty much?
Oh,
All right, so zoom in on that. You don't need to zoom in on that.
you don't?
No, well, because they can see it, we can't.
Oh, okay.
So treatment
so-
of facilities is the first one. I'll go through the categories. Treatment of facilities, food service and nutrition, weight room, strength coaches.
Well, can you go through the grade when you go through the position?
Well, he's just reading the category first.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going through that first. So, treatment of facilities, food service and nutrition, weight room, strength coaches, training room, training staff, locker room, team travel. The grades are C+, B-, C+, F-.
Now you know why I said what I said, because you don't know what that pertains to unless you read it in order.
F- strength is the strength coaches. C, B+, AA.
So the strength coaches is the F-. And if you guys know anything about the Ravens in the past 2 years, nobody stays on the field.
That's true.
So, and they rated their strength coach an F-. Now,
That's
in
telling.
response to everything that just happened, they fired the strength coach.
Like, why would you come out and say that? Are
So
you an idiot?
The Ravens are, what, DaCosta?
Yeah, are you a moron? Like, you know
Yeah,
you're going to get heat. And you know, I mean, you can't just say them like, my job's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's
Ryan's
what is your-
calling
what are
me
you
right now.
doing, bro?
Like, I'm not on the show. Like, I think Ryan's like, can I call in?
ha.
He should know better.
So how did you compile this report card?
No. This is a report
from the
card
players.
from the
Yes.
NFLPA. They reached out.
Oh,
They've got a
shit.
response from over 1,800 players.
Yes.
The Commanders are dead last in everything, I think, too.
Except strength coaches.
Except
Seriously?
Yeah. So, but
And
this,
they're a playoff team when healthy.
so, but this one actually, this one responds to
funny.
this one responds to the Ravens specifically because DaCosta had the nerve to call out his players. The players called out DaCosta and said, "Hey, look, we're all getting injured every year. It's kind of your fault. We don't even like our strength coach." And now the Ravens, essentially what they did, and the sequence of events doesn't match up exactly, but they filed this report card way before DaCosta accosted his players.
well, and if you look at the Rashard
Accosted.
Bateman's tweet back to him, it looks like it's saying, hey, look, put it on who.
Oh, and
It's
side note that his tweet
Was
responding
deleted.
back was deleted.
I was just about to say that.
Who,
So,
Marquise Brown's or
so Rashad Bateman deleted his tweet.
No.
Why?
Because there's rumors.
He called out his GM.
He called out his GM.
That's what I was about to say with
Yeah.
the Hollywood Brown. But
Right.
guess what? You need to be called out because that was a terrible move.
So here's the funny
That
thing,
was
though.
terrible.
You
I
got
agree
no
with that.
value in return for that.
I agree. That's a bad move.
Here's the
dude.
funny thing, though, is that Mike Davis, who played with them, last year or 2 years ago?
Mike Davis.
Yeah, the running back.
I mean, that would be the equivalent of the
I think
Bengals
2 years
trading
ago.
Jamar.
I think it was 2 years ago. He said, I hate to say it or be that guy, but being there, Bate is 100% right.
I mean, you're expecting guys who aren't, in my eyes, number ones to step up and be number ones. That's a lot of shoes to
They
fill.
went through
That
more
is
running
less.
backs than
They
the
shined
Browns did.
Deshaun
They went through more
Jackson.
running
Yeah,
backs
I mean-
than the Browns did quarterbacks in the last decade.
That's because they can't draft them.
Yeah. As Ryan even said.
They have great
resident
running backs.
Yeah, but they can't draft wide receivers.
That's not what I said, though. I said they went through more running
Yeah,
backs, the
but-
Ravens, based on injury,
Yeah,
than the Browns
because-
have quarterbacks in the last decade.
Yeah, because that's the offense they run. It's a run-heavy offense. You're going to go through running backs.
But that says something to their training staff, which is also what I
That
said
does say
about
something.
San Francisco. Remember, they abused their
yeah.
running backs.
Yep.
So maybe with this report card actually has.
Well, I mean, J.K. was injured partially in college. He's not a huge guy. I know this year coming back from that injury, that leg looked heavy. He looked like he was having cement
Yeah, but
shoe on.
we're talking way more than J.K.
I know, but I'm saying most
We're
recently.
talking Justice Hill. We're talking Gus Edwards. We're
You're talking
talking.
Lamar.
Well,
He's not a
Lamar's
running
not
back.
a running back, but Lamar does get injured. But
Yeah, we're just
even
talking
the
injuries.
receivers, though, Rashad Bateman injured.
Hollywood Brown. when he
Marquise
was there.
Brown was injured multiple
Yeah,
times
so,
when he was
like,
here.
There's just a lot going on there. I just think, but like I said, the Ravens did the right thing. They fired that guy. They listened to their team, and they're moving, hopefully, not for our sake, the Browns, in the right direction.
I mean, I'm not trying
Right?
to take anything
For the
away
players'
from.
sake, they're hopefully moving in
Yeah,
the right
I'm
direction.
not trying to take anything away from anybody's job, but how hard is training and conditioning, coach? You just got to do your
no,
shit.
No, yeah, but
Yeah,
okay.
the coach
So
itself.
you know what's funny? I don't remember what I was watching today, but they made such a great point about these trainers. What they said was when these trainers come in, right? Your job every day, no matter what the mood of your players is, to get your players in the mood to work out and train. So if your player's pissed off from the day before,
Yeah.
and even if you you had a fight with your wife the night before, you have to come in and make sure that you have a positive attitude and you're ready to have these guys push it to the limits every day.
I understand that,
And
but
you
that's
got to keep them healthy.
That's the job you signed up for, though.
No, I get it, but you're talking a guy that's working on not just one player, not just two players, probably 53 players for just the one training, like the strength training guy. But then you still have to, like, once you're not done with that player, you can't get to the next player.
No. I
so
get
then
it.
how do you move on?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're in there at 6 a.m. because you're in there with the first player and you're out with the last player.
So are you saying there needs to be, evaluations on both ends then? The training staff and possibly the players?
They need to evaluate the
mentality of the players.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they don't want to work out. Maybe they're just
much
being.
of that is the laziness
maybe
of the
they're
players?
being lazy because the training staff's allowing them to be. And I'm not trying to start an argument.
No,
or
I
anything.
don't disagree.
I think that's a fair point.
But it's like, so that's the thing.
Thank you. Thanks, Jimmy. I think that might have been McAfee saying that.
You let one guy get away with something, eventually it's going to be the whole team. They're just this guy's weak at this.
And I do remember watching McAfee a little bit because one of his takes was like, dude, I've been in that locker room. And I was in the Colts. He goes, like, there were some great things that happened in the Colts, but then there were some things that were, like, really shitty.
I miss the high school aspect of football because when your high school coaches didn't want to be your friend. They were there to get the job done. They were there to win. They were there to train you. The problem with the NFL is now everybody wants to be buddy-buddy. There's no headstrong guys. There's no fire in these guys' hearts to push onto these players because guess what? Oh, you know what? I'll just call you out and I'll sit because that's what the mentality is anymore. Oh, I don't got to do work. It's not in my contract.
I love that. That's what they're good at is the locker room, which is what the public sees, and team travel.
Of course, they're going to say
what the public sees. Well, I mean, if they were being honest about it, right? They gave an F to their strength coach. They hated their strength coach.
Coaches.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying,
but
I'm saying at the same end of that is how much is it the strength coach and how much of it is the player.
Exactly. Poor leadership. I agree, Jimmy.
Its leadership is judged by its leader. Who's the leader of that locker room?
Or are you drafting bums?
Oh, no, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going that far.
I'm not blaming that. I'm not blaming that. I'm just
saying.
You
100% just blame that on Lamar.
No, I said leadership is based on leader.
And you said who's the leader of the locker room?
That's actually true.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not bringing that all down to Lamar.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, JT Barrett.
JT Barrett, locker room leader.
But I'm not bringing that all down to one guy.
I'm not taking it wholeheartedly down to him, but there's going to be multiple guys.
The Ravens themselves have put a lot of this on Lamar.
Exactly, and without a lot of offensive talent, and you know what? If I'm Lamar, guess what? You trade my best wide receiver. You're not drafting any wide receivers or value. You can't draft wide receivers that are giving me value. They haven't drafted a good wide receiver since Hollywood Brown.
I like Bateman. They haven't drafted a good wide receiver ever.
Hollywood's not bad. Hollywood's I consider Hollywood a one.
All right, so let's move on from here, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on from here. We just destroyed everything front to back about the Ravens in like 30 seconds.
Too bad Ryan's not here.
So, no, I think he called in just to talk about it.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, I got a missed call.
You know what's funny is he can message us. He just chooses not to. Because we could just respond to the message.
Yeah, he'd be mad.
Saints are ready to offer Derek Carr a contract. So I kind of hope that this happens just because.
But
Jets.
Do you want to be the first team to offer him?
Jets.
I don't want to be the first team to offer him because I want to see what the other teams do. I want to trump that offer.
I want to be the
That's what I want to do.
How can the Saints offer him money? They're like super negative.
No.
Cap.
It doesn't exist. The cap. We've already been through this. The cap doesn't exist.
But you know how you have.
It's
so
liquid.
Much.
You're going to give it to him in a signing bonus.
Yeah, it'll be. We'll pay you in 2050. It'll be Bobby Manila.
No, so yeah, correct. You literally can sign the guy.
Card day.
You literally can sign the guy for 5 years, $180 million.
And push it back.
And you can signing bonus, and then 3 years from now, you can that $20 million signing bonus.
Yeah.
$15 million signing bonus gets extended into those later end of the contract, so then you can figure it out from there.
That's
the funny thing is that Derek Carr is still going to get $5.6 million from the Raiders this year from a signing bonus.
Good.
I love it.
I would send him a thank you card, an edible arrangement.
I mean,
he's half of their dead money.
Don't you remember him giving all of his players, Max Crosby and Devontae Adams, like diamond earrings?
Yes.
At the end of the season?
The dude is. I mean, I love Derek Carr. You know, if the Browns didn't have Deshaun Watson, I would love that shit.
He's into men?
I don't know. Eyeliner. I mean, he might be.
You said that he's Metro or something.
Yeah,
you
well,
said
he's into himself.
He's Metro.
But do you want to be the first team to offer him a contract?
So there are a couple other things that I didn't have graphics for.
What's up?
The Saints also restructured the contracts of linebacker Demario Davis and tight end Taysom Hill. by converting base salary into signing bonus, creating $12.724 million in
He
cap
hates me
space.
right now. He's like, okay, signing bonus is for
Who
everybody.
gives a shit?
Oh,
You get a signing bonus. You get a signing
liquid
bonus.
money.
It's like what I do in the shitter. It's
What do you
liquid.
think is going to happen with
You
any
offer
other
yourself a
team?
signing bonus?
and then
No,
the other thing with
it's
Daniel,
liquid.
the other thing with Daniel Jones is that he initially asked for 47 to 48 a year. That would make him the third highest paid.
For terrible
Per
year or
production.
all?
Yeah, let's
per year.
do that.
Oh, man.
At least the Giants are smart enough not to do that. I
You know
give them
what's-
props.
Hold on. As the resident Daniel Jones truther, what do you think?
I think that's a lot of money, but I think the issue is like,
Go draft Will
I've told
Levis.
you this all the time, is that I personally think
Go
Daniel
draft
Jones.
Anthony Richardson.
Daniel Jones is a reincarnated Eli Manning. I think he can do it on a subpar
Oh,
team.
you mean
He's
just
had
like
one
my
year per-
meme how many weeks ago?
He does not have Eli arm talent.
Yes, he does.
He's not accurate
he does.
deep.
Oh,
Yes, he-
man.
Okay. Who did Eli have as wide receivers?
Nobody.
Victor Cruz,
Oh, man. Mr. Salsa.
like
forgot.
There he
Anquan
is.
Bolden.
Hey, Anquan Bolden was fucking
Anthony
stout.
Bolden was on the Giants?
I'm pretty sure he
No,
was on
he was
the.
with the 49ers, I thought.
No,
Niners,
I think he was with
Chargers.
the Giants for a
Maybe
year,
towards
too.
the end of his
Chargers.
career.
He was on the Chargers?
And then they had one other guy when he was there. I can't remember his name, and I'm gonna get assaulted by people here down the road.
Talking about the guy, they drafted and he didn't do anything? And,
No, I'm trying to think of who made the catch, the helmet catch.
Oh, yeah, that guy. He was
Cunningham?
No, it wasn't Cunningham. It
it
was,
was- Ty something?
no.
Mario Manningham.
Oh.
I was close.
It wasn't.
Mario Manningham?
He was in the
Yes.
helmet. David Tyree.
Yeah, Tyree.
David
yes.
Tyree,
I
him
said
at the helmet.
Anquan Bolden was not with the Giants
Okay,
at
so
all
it
in his
wasn't
career.
Bolden. It was Manningham. I think I was thinking of. They play the same.
Yeah, it was David Tyree who made that.
Yeah, the Giants have done nothing with, or I'm sorry, he won.
But they
he
also
won two
keep
chips.
Keep
so.
in mind that they also had one of the greatest front three rushers of all time, or like they had the greatest stack. Like you had
JPP.
JPP.
Their defense was.
Or I don't even. My name. I'm trying to think back
Why
that
can't
far.
I think
I
of
do.
the
There's
tooth
such
cap?
studs.
With
All
the
three of them
tooth
were
cap.
studs.
He's got TV thoughts now. With
Strahan?
Yeah, that guy. Got him. Got him.
about Mike Tyson.
And then who was the other guy? And then they had who was the other guy? JPP, Strahan.
Jeremy Shackey?
No,
Oh,
three
you're
finger
talking
discount, JPP.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy's literally repeating
He
exactly
gets
what I
20%
said.
off fireworks for
You
life.
go, Carr will get a 5-year deal with the last 3 years backloaded. It's literally what I just said.
That's all they do. They just keep pushing it back. Like, that's what the Saints are running into now because of the
Yeah.
Drew Brees contract.
Jimmy,
They
you
kept
might need to
pushing
be
it
on the
back.
show today because everything
I
I'm
told
saying,
you how many times.
everything I'm saying, Jimmy's like, I got that stat for you. I got that name for you.
Can you imagine Jimmy on
He's just
camera
their resident king of the comments.
just berating us?
He
Oh
is,
my
man.
god. He would do it too. He would.
I love it. I love it.
He would berate the shit out of
Let's
us.
get off news today because
There's a lot to go over. Combine, quarterback.
let's jump into combine.
Oh god, we cut your news short. Sorry.
Yeah, well, no, that was it for news.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cut it down.
But we're going to cut.
Well, let's jump into the let's jump into the combine. We can jump into meme. They mean well.
Oh, yeah, John, you want to get your meme one?
So
No, he
let's
said combine first.
Yeah, let's do.
Johnny meme one.
I will.
No, we'll do.
Johnny meme one.
All right. So top 40s this year so far, because we haven't had running backs, which they go today with the offensive linemen. Sorry, offensive linemen and running backs go today. So
Ah, damn.
top cornerback was DJ Turner with a 4.26. That was pretty impressive. I also think that is the fastest in the combine right now.
It is. It is the
and then
fastest by.
Top safety is Brandon Hill at 4.43. Top wide receiver is Trey Palmer at 4.33. Will Mallory, tight end, was the top tight end at 4.54 in the 40. And all of these 40 times, what matters when you're watching the combine is their 10-yard split, because a lot of that has reference to how fast they can get off the line.
Agility, burst.
Yep.
So that first 10's big.
Yeah. Owen Papo, linebacker out of Auburn, ran a 4.39. This dude is 6'5", 260.
Do you think that oh shit? Do you think that ups his stock just on
Oh,
that speed?
hugely ups his stock.
So how?
It's his
6'5"?
athletic. I think he's 6'5", 260, or is he 6'5", 240?
How
about-
He's 6 foot.
How
It
about
says 6 foot,
frickin-
225.
You know who's insane is Nolan Smith, 4.39.
Well, that's my next one. Well,
freak of nature.
So Nolan Smith, edge out of Georgia, ran a 4.39. But if you look at their other edge, I think he also ran like a 4.44 or something like that.
6'2", 3 or 2.38.
They're both. Everybody that came out of Georgia ran under a 4.6.
Have you watched any Nolan Smith's tape though?
If Nolan Smith would have played this year, he would probably.
He did play this year.
He makes mistakes.
I thought I read that he didn't play this year though because of injury.
Because I think he over pursues.
You know who's a freak is the D end out of Northwestern.
Elijah Cansey,
no,
defensive tackle out of Pitt.
Yeah,
Edawame.
He ran a 4.67.
Edawame. I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, Jesus.
Good luck saying that. Senior rare medals out of Northwestern.
Jesus.
Would you guys quit that?
I mean,
6'2".
Just because you maybe before you talk about a guy, learn how to say his name.
I'm sorry. I need speech classes to say that name.
Jimmy's ready.
Also, a couple honorable mentions just for you guys. Michael Turk.
How the
the punter ran a 40 at 4.83.
Edetomwa.
McAfee 2.0.
And then Alex Ward, the long snapper.
No, I don't care.
Run a 40 at 5.06.
Long snapper's not a fucking position. That is so annoying.
The fact that they actually ran 40s at the combine, I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, right. Long snappers don't get drafted. You're better luck as a punter.
Well, a couple other honorable mentions.
Dude hit a game bench.
Top bench, right? Because this matters for certain positions, right? Top bench. Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle out of Michigan, 34. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, hold on. So when it comes down to line, both sides, I would say bench is more important than 40.
Right. So
if you're strong at the point of contact, that outweighs.
Strong and staminized.
Yes. If you can, that's big. I think that's gonna up his stock, right? So Cansey and Smith, those guys were both going either. Cansey was late first. Smith was early second. I think both of those guys jump.
Well, I think Cansey might have been second.
Really?
Yeah, I think Cansey was.
I hope Mozzie doesn't jump.
I think Cansey might have pushed himself up to the late first.
Dude, I would do things unheard of to get Mozzie Smith.
I would love to have Mozzie.
Oh, buddy.
I'll look at it close.
You set him up.
Lonnie Phelps out of Kansas did 31 for the bench. Edge.
I see that.
Owen Papo was a top linebacker.
As an edge, that's big.
Owen Papo was a top linebacker for 29.
What's the weight that they have to
And then Clark Phillips III is the cornerback. He did 18. That was the top cornerback. What'd you say, Johnny?
What was the weight that they had to lift?
225.
Yeah.
Okay.
225, as many reps as you can. The agility drill is important for linemen. I would assume the 10-yard split in the 40 is what scouts look at for linemen. O linemen or D linemen? Because O linemen
are important for.
I don't know if the O linemen matter as much in 40s, just because like those guys are more on the defensive stance. Like it's to me the bench matters for O linemen. For D linemen, if you're talking defensive tackles and edges, yes, I would agree with you, Jimmy.
They were doing that weird wheel route too this year with the defense.
Were they? Like running a wheel route to catch the ball?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't see that.
That was on Thursday. Thursday.
Okay, I think I was actually dead asleep.
I don't want to say it was a wheel route. I was like, you back off the line, you shuttle left, you shuttle right, and then back out, and you catch the ball and run straight towards the quarterback that threw it to you. Kind of like an interception.
Okay.
One guy.
For edges?
Linebacker. I think linebacker, D tackles, and edges.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. Okay.
I've never seen that before, though.
I think it was the first year. No, I think this was the first year they did that.
Which I like that. I like.
It shows awareness, too.
But I think the better thing to do with that is put a couple, I want to put some stuff in front of the guy. I want to see how he does over the line, per se. Put some dummies.
I don't know if that matters too much.
Just to read, because it's coming. But
you're talking for linebackers. I know what you're saying. Can you see around players?
Are you watching the quarterback's vision? Downfield, because a lot of these guys coming out stare heavy.
See, to me, that's more of training drills. So when I coached volleyball, we took the girls into this training, and you stare at a wall, and they pop up lights randomly, and you have to slap the light. To me, that makes more sense because it shows your periffs if you're actually paying attention.
And your hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, and your hand-eye coordination.
Which I get. I understand that.
That to me would be more relevant, but that's something you're not going to see. I think what more matters with what you're saying is the interviews. Like, can you pick this out? Can you see the quarterback where he's looking in this position?
Yeah.
And I think that matters a little more with the interviews.
Yeah. Because I mean, vision for the linebackers, you have a lot going on. You got to watch the line. You got to cover your guy, and you got to watch the quarterback because it's all about, like you said, you got to talk about vision. If you can see where he's going to throw to and prep, and get there, or even break up the pass, I mean that's a saving throw.
Right. So I have a question for you guys. Steve, standout. Who was your standout so far at the combine? Anybody that you're like, hey, I think he definitely increases draft stock.
Increased?
Yeah. Like this day made him look amazing.
He did this on purpose. I mean, in my opinion, it was Anthony Richardson. He did improve his stock. I don't give a shit about the vert. I don't care about the vert.
I didn't do that on purpose, and I would have never even went to Anthony Richardson.
I don't know.
Go ahead and continue.
And then it was Will Levis. Everybody knew C.J. Stroud was going to look good.
I don't care about quarterbacks.
Everybody knew that Jackson Smith and Jigba look good.
I'm going to say cornerbacks.
Corners?
Mozzie Smith for me.
Like that strength is big.
I think Mozzie Smith's going to be a late first now.
Yeah, I think he slides into the second just because the D-tackle position is so deep. I think there's a lot of good D tackles coming out now. Mozzie, I think he's top 5 in there.
I would. The Browns better freaking trade up if you can. You got a second-round pick.
It's such a deep draft.
I know, but the dude's he's a freak.
I get it.
You remember what happened last time we missed out on one of the linebackers that we liked? That would be Steve at least like coming out. Micah Parsons. Imagine if you had him. You had Michael Parsons and JOK and Miles. Oh. Man. But no, who would you draft? Greedy or what is it?
Yeah, but, so you know who also had a good day? But you know who also had a good day at the tackle was Brian Bresee. Like
he's for sure first. That's what I'm saying. He's a first.
Yeah, but if he's first, Jalen Carter's first.
Well, yeah.
Jalen Carter's out of the top 10, but he's first.
Right.
Or at least top 5. I'll say top.
Are 5. You saying Kalijah Cansey's number 3? Right. And then you say Mozzie at 4?
I mean, over who?
That's what I'm saying. Like, who else do you have in that position? Because don't get me wrong, I like Mozzie, but he's still the 4th best tackle right now in my mind.
I understand that, but I was saying he helped his value. He helped his value with the combine
hands down,
up.
But
I'm not taking him over any of those guys. No.
But that's my point, though. Those guys also had a good combine, except for Jalen Carter.
But this is what the combine's all about. It's increasing your value.
Correct. But can you go higher than those 3?
I don't think he's going to go higher. But I mean, I think he's going to be he might be a first. You never know. I mean,
well, it depends how many D tackles are taken in the first round.
Yeah, it's going to be. This is a goofy draft.
But this isn't a high-paid position, so that's why a lot of people don't reach on these guys in the first round.
That's what I was about to say. So it's a goofy draft for D tackles, interior D line, because of the depth you have, and they're not taking up a lot of your cap space. It's the DNs that take up all that cap space and the linebackers.
Right, so that's because you're taking the first round.
D tackle is your run stop. You're there to slow them down at least, so maybe the linebackers can read it and get in if need be. That's something that a lot of teams did not have this year was D tackles. Their run defense was.
How big is Mozzie?
6.
See, what sucks is a lot of these guys that did bench didn't run. So Mozzie didn't run, but he did the bench.
All Mozzie did was the bench. Mozzie is.
But that's because he knew he probably wasn't quick.
Yeah, Mozzie's 6'3", 323. He's a big boy.
That's a big boy. He probably would have ran like a 5'2".
But he's Jordan Davis size. He's up there.
Jordan Davis
he's
like
6'5". 6'5". That's what I'm saying.
That's
2 inches. Hey,
and he was like 340.
Bryce Young says he's 6 foot. I'd like to beg to differ.
5'10".
Well,
we all like to steal a couple inches, I guess.
The combine begs to differ because he came in at 5'10" and an 8.
What did I say?
Yeah, I know.
And they had to.
I never took that from you. I never took that from you.
I just say I called that. He was 5'10". I said he was because I had pictures.
They had to put the 1/8 inch on there too.
Yeah, he probably faded him. He probably gave 100 here. Just give me an 1/8, man. How much is an 1/8?
Hey! At the combine, Bryce Young said he's always been this size. It's okay.
Not on the website. Not on Alabama's website. Not his agent saying he's a good size for his quarterback. Quarterback size is a minuscule thing coming out of the draft. Multiple quarterbacks. his agent came out and defended his size.
Stop. Well, yeah, he has to.
He's going to, yeah.
You want to talk about Will Levis slander? How about some Bryce Young slander?
Okay, give me some Bryce Young slander.
He's not good.
Are we just going in it?
Are we doing it right now?
Oh, no, we're not going to do that right now.
No.
Yeah, let's hold off a second on that.
He's garbage.
But so yesterday was quarterbacks, tight ends, wide receivers. Any standouts in that situation that you guys saw? Wheels?
Xavier Hutchinson out of Iowa State, who I've loved for the last couple of weeks, looked really well. He runs a
What
fluid.
is Well?
He runs a very fluid route. He doesn't. I don't know. He just runs a great route. He knows exactly where he's going to go and knows where the ball's coming up.
He keeps his hips straight.
Unlike Jalen Hyatt.
He doesn't get loose.
Tennessee.
Jalen Hyatt? You don't like Jalen Hyatt?
No, I do not.
What did you not like about Jalen Hyatt?
Yeah.
Is
His
this
hands.
a combine
His
thing?
hands specifically.
His hands.
He had some terrible drops. I mean, there was some just bombs going right into him, back shoulder, and he just missed them. You can't. He seems like he's using his body. That's like the number one rule in football. You use your hands. That's why you have hands.
Yeah.
Especially as a wide receiver.
Yeah,
Right.
with gloves that have sticko.
That's Quentin Johnson's biggest gripe. He
Quentin
does
Johnson
not
had
catch
a
outside.
phenomenal day yesterday.
He doesn't catch outside
You know who
his
else?
body.
You know who else didn't catch outside his body that somebody compared him to?
No.
Kelvin Benjamin.
Oof.
Go look at his combine.
Yeah, but he had a great day yesterday, though. Quentin Johnson had a good day yesterday.
I was just saying, Ryan's comp for Quentin Johnson was Kelvin Benjamin.
Ryan's really good at comps.
Which, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I with that comp, that's why I went back and looked at Calvin Benjamin. And there's differences, but from their combine,
I think Calvin's a more fluid route runner personally, but
no. So
That's
Xavier
concerning.
Hutchinson, my biggest gripe on him, at least what I watched in college, is his blocking. But you can teach blocking. But the problem with him is, so he's a late third, late second, early third for me. There's value at wide receiver. Xavier Hutchinson, Iowa State wide receiver.
Okay.
But you can teach blocking. The problem with that is, if you leave him in for a run play and you put him on your weak side, or even your strong side where the run's going to, they're just gonna prep for that. You're gonna scheme for that. So you gotta teach that out of them. That's why I think.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna scheme for it without seeing if he's a good player. If he's a good player, that's a whole other story.
I think
right?
he's a top 10 wide receiver for me personally.
So here,
Hutchinson?
we'll be talking about wide receivers.
He's going to go in the third?
Yes.
He might. We'll be talking about wide receivers.
Late.
Wednesday?
Yeah, this Wednesday we'll be talking about wide receivers.
And so we'll get more in depth with that. But I have another question for you guys, because this is the third receiver off the board most people have, is Zay Flowers. How did you look at him at the combine? I mean, what did you think of him, especially with the new weight?
So he put on what, 10 pounds?
He's 5'9", 182. I don't even know if he put on weight. He just put on muscle.
He put on muscle. There was pictures that he posted before and after, and he's shredded.
Yeah, he put on muscle.
I mean, which guess that's what everybody was saying. He was a little small, and he did it. So that shows.
He ran a 4.42.
Yeah, but
and a 1.53 split. So it looks like he can get off the line pretty good.
But it shows that he has its dedication. He is all in football, which we talked about some of the guys.
That's big.
Coming in that possibly aren't. Last Wednesday we were talking about some guys just their head isn't there.
What do you think about a 5'9" wide receiver?
I mean, you know who else is 5'9" that we just talked about was Marquise Brown.
Is he really 5'9"?
Yeah, he's 5'9".
Yeah, but he's a one-trick pony.
Are you saying Zay Flowers is Marquise Brown? Is that a good comp?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Dude, his hands. Look at his hands. The dude's catch radius is insane.
I can't. I
and
bet you any money we get a phone call right now from Ryan.
You're going to get yelled at.
Steve knows I do not like small wide receivers, but there's something about this kid that I like.
But what is your definition of small?
Under 6 foot.
Under 5'11" for me.
Okay, 5'11", I'll go. Yeah, I agree with you there. But 5'9", I'm not
concede that point.
He doesn't have Tyreek Hill speed. I understand that.
4.42 is pretty quick still.
Wes Welker was 5'9".
He created. Watch him in college.
Fucking murdered.
The kid creates separation.
And Wes Welker is also the guy that's phenomenal out of his breaks and has golden hands.
He's strong.
Randall Cobb is 5'10".
Zay Flowers plays stronger than he looks. He plays like a 200-pound wide receiver.
Edelman was 5'10".
He goes up after the ball.
You're literally naming slot receivers who only catch underneath and not down.
T.Y. Hilton 5'9".
He's not the only black guy you've said. Jesus Christ.
Zay Flowers
Deshaun
is
Jackson.
not a slop guy.
Deshaun Jackson's 1'10".
I don't put
Deshaun Jackson also ran like a 4.35.
Yeah.
Steve Smith 5'9".
But the Zay Flowers is not a slot guy.
He's naming all receivers that I wouldn't want on my team.
Antonio Brown 5'10".
How tall was Fitzy?
I mean,
Antonio Brown also had phenomenal
athleticism. You said Fitzy?
Speed, burst.
Stop. Fitzy was like 6'3".
What, Aaron?
He's my boy.
What, Larry Fitzgerald?
Out of Pitt.
Yes.
Oh. No, so size. Yeah, size matters. We've all heard that.
So I like the muscle he put on because this makes it easier for him to go across the middle.
Jimmy said you wouldn't want Steve Smith.
No.
Yeah,
Steve
I know.
Smith played well where he was, but no.
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer.
And I don't like making these crazy comps, but this is my one crazy comp is it's Marquise Brown. I mean, and you can say Marquise Brown's a one-trick pony, but
because people were comping him to AB.
But Zay Flowers creates separation. He goes up after the ball.
Zay Flowers got the AB comp.
Zay Flowers' catch radius is insane. Yeah, he played at Boston College.
I gotta look at. Well, I'll look at some more film.
You played in the MAC,
I think.
That's what I'm
saying. That's crazy.
Isn't that what the Boston College is? The MAC conference?
ACC.
So. Yeah. ACC. Okay,
is it?
Sorry. Yeah, but I'm saying so. I mean, he didn't. He still went up against top defensive guys.
Once or twice a year.
Yeah. Clemson and maybe Florida State.
You could say. I mean, it depends on how you view Miami guys. They got a corner coming out that's supposed to be pretty good. But
I always forget I always think Miami.
It's okay. Miami's very forgettable since 2002.
But I mean, I don't like.
It hurts as a fan, dude.
I don't like making crazy comps.
All
you guys know this. I hate making comps, but there's just something about this kid I just fell in love.
And then the other guy
you fell in love with him, but you called him Marquise Brown.
He likes Marquise Brown?
I like Marquise Brown.
I don't.
Oh, I don't.
Not long term.
He has more value. I think he creates more separation. He has a better catch radius. He goes up after the 50-50 ball and grabs it. He plays stronger than he is.
Hold on.
I said the guy plays like a 200-pound wide receiver.
So that would be an AB.
But I'm not comparing him. I'm not doing that crazy of a comp, comparing him to one of the best. I don't like doing that.
Why? So I don't. Okay. So here's the thing. Hold on.
Because
here's the thing with comps. Here's the thing with comps. You're okay to compare someone to an elite because that's their play style. Now, will they end up being elite? That's a whole other story.
That's fair.
I like being as accurate as I can without overplaying my hand.
I agree, and sometimes it's the easy comp is the elite comp, and I understand the argument.
I look into these guys, but
you don't want fingers pointed at you.
I would think I take Zay Flowers over Marquise Brown all day.
It's all recorded, so
personally,
I get what you're saying.
All right, write that down. Steve said
I would definitely take Zay Flowers over.
No. I didn't say that. I said it was reported as such.
So one other question for you guys because this has been irking me, and it's
irked. You're irked.
This grinds my gears.
You know what
grinds my gears?
Receiver argument is at LSU Alabama, and I'm getting annoyed with this because why do
Ohio State is in that discussion?
Michael Thomas, Curtis Samuel, Marvin Harrison Jr. You guys, Jackson Smith and Jake
Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't done anything
Garrett
yet,
Wilson.
right?
So we're just talking all time.
Chris Olave.
I was going to say Chris Carter, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Carter. I mean, come on.
I'm sorry, but Alabama's light years ahead of LSU wide receiver wise.
Is it?
Yes.
Not us.
No, not us, but LSU. Alabama's light years ahead of LSU.
You know, LSU's getting the talk right now because
Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
But I mean, they have
you look at what Terrace
guys.
Marshall's done. He's done ass.
I liked him a lot.
I just how do we forget about Scary Terry and Michael Thomas?
I think that's the offense.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't realize Curtis, or no, you didn't realize Curtis Samuel play.
Paris
Johnson Jr. Paris Campbell. Sorry,
why did I say John?
Because of the tackle. There's been a lot of guys. I mean, Marvin Harrison is going to be. I'm telling you right now.
It is recency bias, but how can we not forget Scary Terry and Michael Thomas? That's recent.
Michael Thomas.
I'm going to say one one thing.
Santonio Holmes.
Garrett Wilson.
Santonio fucking Holmes.
Who was also 5'10".
Oh, shut up. Garrett Wilson, offensive rookie of the year, guys.
Here's my crazy comp, boys. This is the crazy comp of the day.
Yeah,
Marvin Harrison Jr. will be better than his father.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what I'm saying
I don't think that's crazy.
Jimmy, what I am saying
he's not going to be as attractive.
Is that when you're saying recency bias,
ugly motherfucker.
When you're saying recency bias, Garrett Wilson was
when you could catch all the balls.
Jesus. When you're saying recency bias, Garrett Wilson is the most recent offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
And he's from Ohio State.
Chris Olave was in that talk too. Don't forget. If he would have been fully healthy, he probably would have won it too.
So when you're going recency bias, two of the rookies that came out who had better stats.
He said
no. He said I meant for LSU.
I know, but wouldn't the recency bias go towards Ohio State?
Yeah. So in the recent years, you've had Terrace Marshall Jr.
Outside of JJ, right?
You had JJ,
Jamar Chase
Jamar.
has not been a stud.
You
He's
had,
been injured
you
2
had-
years straight.
I like it. I like it. I like it. T. Higgins is the number one in Cincy. I've been saying it for the last year.
This is where your argument comes into place, is that Jamar Chase is riding his name since college because he hasn't played a single full season.
Are you mental?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. Because they're their own hype man. Oh, I'm this, I'm that.
Yes.
But if you look at some of these guys that have gotten drafted, Sauce Gardner for most recently.
Oh, he doesn't like him.
I do not. Sauce Gardner he's not a top 5 pick. He did not produce top 5 pick. I would
I don't know if I can agree with that.
Or not Mechie.
He's not.
No, who was the Texans?
Orland.
CB.
Jalen Petrie.
No, they're talking safety.
Oh my
He's
God, the
talking
kid
corner.
out of LSU.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Andrew Booth. No, Andrew Booth Jr.'s out of Clemson, I
Holy
think.
shit, what's his name?
We did the
Ryan's
Guess
boy.
That Player
Oh my God.
with Sauce, wasn't it?
Yes.
Ryan knows too. This pissed me off.
That's
Ryan,
not
get in chat.
Warland.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, but the argument is right about the Sauce Gardner thing is that Sauce Gardner put up very good stats on a very good defense.
Yes, he did.
So like you can't. They already have to throw away from the other side of the field.
That's
to
what I'm
Sauce,
saying.
He
He
still put up great stats.
You know-
so that's why I'm saying
Should have been Aiden Hutchinson.
yes.
I don't know. Like the more and more I pay attention to this, the more and more I'm like,
Lick
look
my
at
butt.
the opposing. Look at the opposing corner with Sauce Gardner.
I
Like
like
he's
his
still
buttons.
a great corner.
You know who produced this year and didn't have his starting corner with him? And yeah, you can call it recency bias. Martin Emerson Jr.
Yep.
Denzel Ward was hurt for, I think,
And he didn't
6
even
games.
We're
start.
going on the Emerson Jr. thing.
You
He's
were the
a
one that
stud!
started this. You
The dude-
started this.
I like Emerson, but like Cleveland's defense isn't great.
Exactly, but he looked good.
But my point was that Sauce Gardner looked great on a great defense.
Okay.
Yeah, he
He
outshined
shined
a good
other
defense.
people's. Right, that's
I mean,
my point.
that's fair. I'll give you that.
Like if I'm Usain Bolt and I'm only a second behind Usain Bolt,
Usain
I look amazing.
He was first loser, though.
Yeah,
All right.
all right, moving
He's
on.
not wrong.
Derek Stingley Jr.
Stingley.
Stingley, you're right.
There it is.
But he's not wrong though. I am the first loser at that point.
I get what you're saying. You outshine the top defenders on your team to show that you're something. But I think at the end of the day, he won Defensive Rookie of the Year because of his name. I understand he
And I think
produced
you're
well,
wrong.
but
I think you're wrong.
Aiden Hutchinson
I don't
is.
think
I
so.
take Aiden Hutchinson over Sauce Gardner.
If Aiden
long-term.
Hutchinson would have had 12 sacks his rookie year,
He had more interceptions than Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, they had the same.
So,
Or sorry,
thought they
the
both had
same.
3.
My bad.
so JOK came out the same year as Parsons, to let you know.
Oh, damn it.
And we obviously couldn't trade up to get him.
No.
Our first
Yeah, but
pick was Greg Newsome.
yeah, but
and then it was JOK.
I still think if you look at the difference between JOK and Micah, JOK is a spread the field kind of guy, and they did that on purpose.
For Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, for Lamar Jackson,
He's your spy.
Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
Josh
Allen,
Allen. There's a lot
Joe
of running
Burrow.
quarterbacks. Well, there's a lot of running quarterbacks in the AFC.
There's going to be linebackers coming out so this is what's going to happen. There's going to be defensive backs that are not great at interceptions and covering
They're
as
coverage guys.
but they're going to move to linebacker and they're going to be beefy guys.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what JOK is.
JOK is a coverage. JOK, I agree, is a D-back.
But he's not
that
not
plays at
fast enough to
linebacker.
play.
He's not a man
D-back.
guy. He's a really good in zone
Zone.
guy. He's
That's
gonna
what I'm
sit
saying,
in a
though.
spot and he's gonna
So
spy. He's
you're
gonna
gonna-
spy your quarterback, or he's gonna sit there. He's gonna
All
wait.
right.
He's gonna
Let's
smoke
reel
you in
it
the back.
back
I
in.
get that. I get
Let's
that.
reel it back in. Let's
It's going to be a hybrid
let's
position
jump
in
into
the next couple years.
Let's jump into yesterday during the combine, and we'll go right into quarterbacks because that's what was yesterday. And I don't think we planned this out this way. It just kind of happened that we were going to talk quarterbacks the day after quarterbacks.
We were
at
supposed to
combine.
Yes, we
talk
absolutely
quarterback
planned
last
this.
weekend.
I don't
We
think we planned it
absolutely
this way.
No, we were
planned
supposed to talk quarterback last weekend,
Yeah.
remember? We were
Yeah,
supposed to have a super long show.
We definitely didn't.
Thank
do
God we
that.
didn't do that.
So, I want to. So one thing's funny because I was doing our rankings this morning, and we all have the top quarterback as the same, which is rare for us.
That is rare that we agree on anything.
C.J. Stroud, and had the best combine yesterday compared to all those guys outside of
Light years.
Anthony Richardson just being extremely athletic. But C.J. Stroud
This dude hates him over. I love it.
C.J. Stroud made every throw look easy
Easy.
and natural. And that was even what everybody in the NFL Combine was saying, is that this dude is meant to play quarterback.
And what did everybody say about him coming out before the start of the season? He does not have a great arm.
That
was his early.
He doesn't have the power.
Yeah. Guess what he did?
He threw 60-yard passes downfield accurately.
Like it was a flick of the wrist. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Ohio State fan. But the dude, he nut up. The dude nut up. And I love that he has no social media because that shows that he is engaged to one thing, football.
Oh my God.
The only time you saw him on social is when you're on
Venmo.
Twitter and you're seeing flipping ads for
Teams
gas
were
station or some
sending
shit.
fans of Ohio State were sending him Venmo saying he was ass. They were Venmoing him money.
Johnny, you got your note up?
And then requesting Venmos from the guy. That's how they were talking crap. That's how he was dealing with it.
Because I'm gonna out myself here. I thought at points, not last year, but in 2021, when he made his starts, he absolutely should have been pulled because he looked like shit.
I get it, but
in the first games.
Well, that's how you develop.
That's how you you want to develop. You're not going to pull.
And you got to give Ryan Day credit when he saw this. This dude legitimately, in my opinion, could be if the Bears are drafting a quarterback, he should go to the Bears.
Bears.
I take him, yeah.
In my opinion.
And I hope to God if he doesn't, he goes to Houston.
So let's talk about this because we're talking quarterbacks. Would you rather have him?
Yes.
Or Justin Fields?
C.J. Stroud.
That's what I said.
Yep.
He's not a great runner.
No,
I get it.
I know.
But guess what?
But you don't need that. You need a dude that can actually throw the ball. Justin Fields struggles.
You know what I have him comped to?
But C.J. Stroud? Oh,
yeah.
you did comps? Who you got?
Yeah, I comped him to Justin Herbert.
Oh, come on. Listen.
You know what? He did have the same combine. I mean, he threw very good accurate balls.
So why don't you like that, Steve? Is it a dish on CJ or is it a dish on Herbert?
I liked Herbert better.
But you got to remember, Herbert.
If you watched yesterday's combine, I think
I did. I saw his highlights.
It's not about highlights. It's watching the whole. It's watching the whole C.J. Stroud.
They have bits on.
Game.
That's what I watched. There was a thing on YouTube. But
he did remind me of Herbert during his combine. So he was very clean, very fluid.
Damn.
Hips were closed, 3-step drop.
He doesn't
back.
rush a throw. He doesn't throw off his back foot often. But this is what I'm going to argue with in the Herbert thing. Herbert came in knowing he had to go to a team that was pre-built. C.J. Stroud can go to a team like Joe Burrow did and build up it. You can build up a team. I want to tell you right now, Herbert on Cincinnati would not be as good as he is on the Chargers. I'll tell you that right now. And Joe Burrow would be exactly the same or better.
Yeah, but you just said C.J. Stroud was Herbert at that, or C.J. Stroud is.
But I'm saying
then you said he has the ability of Joe Burrow.
I'm saying he has the ability. He has the ability to put a team on his back like he did for Georgia against Georgia.
You do realize C.J. Stroud has never played without a top 10 receiver, right?
No, I did not realize that.
At least two.
Which I get it. Okay.
Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Marvin Harrison for next year. And Mbwike might be a top.
I thought it was
up there.
I get it.
I don't. You pronounce it how you want. I haven't really looked.
I don't know.
It's Mbuka.
I'm trying not to say Rare Reynolds because I think that sounds maybe offensive, and that's not the point.
Mbuka. Okay, so but my point is, literally, the last 3 years, the wide receivers come out of Ohio State have literally been top 10 wide receivers.
But hold on, that's how they're recruiting, and they're getting those
guys.
But
is that C.J. Stroud's fault?
No,
you know whose fault it is?
It's a knock on CJ saying that the talent around him is better than he is.
But guess what? Justin Herbert, he went to Oregon.
Yeah,
which guess what? That's your fault because I'm not dissing him.
Oregon does not put out good receivers.
Exactly.
Ever.
That's where he went to. You chose to go to Oregon.
When Bo Nix decided to go there, I
who's the
didn't
one?
like that.
I'm not the only one that says Oregon.
Bo Nix next
year. It is Oregon. That's the reason he went.
You gave me grief a couple months ago that I said Oregon instead of Oregon.
Or is it Oregon?
Yeah.
We're going to play the Oregon Trail, KJ?
Is it Oregon?
It's not Oregon. It's Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Oregon.
Is Arkansas or
Kansas?
You know what?
It's California, so let's not worry about it.
Is it Arkansas too?
Arkansas.
It's Arkansas.
Did you say it's California?
Then Oregon's Oregon, not Oregon.
They closed down 2 Walmarts.
They make a record.
Have you been to Walmart recently?
600 people.
Awful.
So, who is your comp for CJ? Yes. Do you guys have any?
I do not. But I think that
I like Herbert. I like that. I think Herbert's a great comp.
And I'm not.
Herbert,
and I hate, like I said, I hate making comps.
No, I think combine-wise, they had the same. They had the same combine.
And that's what I'm saying is.
Okay, so then would you?
My only issue my only issue with the C.J. Stroud to Herbert, because everybody's like, "Oh, this is the greatest combine I've ever seen for any quarterback ever of all time." And I was like, "Jesus Christ, have you ever guys watched the freaking combine?"
They say that every year.
They say that every year
because you know why.
Just like Speed.
It's their hype man.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just like Speed. Who was the guy?
Why do you hype on the show? I'm already watching it.
Who was the guy that? John Ross.
Remember
John Ross? He got drafted because of his speed. What has he done? Not squat.
Not nothing. I mean, look at Anthony Schwartz.
I agree.
I really want to freaking just kick Andy there in the
I'd rather have Jalen Hyatt.
And I think Jimmy, I think all of us agree that Georgia.
They could have had Amon-Ra.
Jimmy, I think all of us agree that Georgia game cemented C.J. Stroud as a quarterback.
Yeah, we all said that, though.
I said that during the game.
Yeah.
We were here.
Yeah.
I was
the most
Pittsburgh.
disappointing 12:01 New Year's I've ever had in my life.
God, that sucked.
It's just, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You watch that game. Go rewatch that game and look how he just put that team on his back.
Kick.
He ran. He saw down the field and said, "You know what? They're going to give me the run." He took it, but he didn't get greedy. He didn't get greedy with the run.
That he has very great high IQ for the quarterback position.
He reads the defense, and he is look at him against the blitz. Watch when they run the blitzes against him. He knows they're coming.
This is our consensus #1 overall quarterback.
Oh, 100%.
I think he's light years ahead.
And actually, believe it or not, Ryan, who's not here right now, Ryan also has C.J. Stroud as his #1 overall.
John, have you watched any of these guys? Who do you have at 1?
I have not watched any of them.
Okay. Is it Anthony Richardson? Is he your 1?
Stop it. All right, so #2, me and Wheels have the same #2.
Am I the crackhead here?
B. Rice.
When aren't you the crackhead?
It's all right. I'll take my take.
It's all right. Stetson Bennett's his #2. He's going to be 26.
Jesus Christ, it's not.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so me and Steve have Bryce Young at #2.
Wheels.
Bryce Young is getting comp left and right to Drew Brees, but then so was Baker Mayfield.
Kyler Murray.
All about size.
So was Baker Mayfield.
It's all about size. That's all it is.
Bryce Young is Kyler Murray.
I disagree. I would go more towards Drew Brees than Kyler Murray because
he doesn't play Call of Duty professionally.
Drew Brees has a extremely high football IQ, and I think that's where Bryce Young is at because apparently his interviews were phenomenal.
Of course they were. Didn't throw.
You played for Alabama. He went to a speech therapist.
Guys, do you know how interviews work for the combine?
Yeah, you look at film.
Well, they also go, "Hey, what's going on in this play? What do you see?" And break it down for me. Yeah, they also write up plays and then go over some stuff and then have you rewrite the play you just heard.
I get it.
There is so much stuff that they test in those interviews, and he's had phenomenal interviews. Actually, every quarterback in this draft has had great interviews, from what I've heard.
Even Richardson.
I watched Richardson interviews. They were pretty good. Like, Richardson is... we'll go over it later, because all of us have Richardson a little lower than probably the entire combine.
Really?
So, it's one of those...
3.
So, Bryce Young, take the size out. Let's just say Bryce Young was 6'1". What do you guys think of him?
Yeah. I mean, he's still...
You think he's the greatest quarterback in this draft?
No. Do you think he's the what? The 1?
Let's say Bryce Young is 6'1".
Yeah.
Do you think he is the best quarterback in this draft? Take height out.
Nope.
No, because...
No.
So I have to say no, because then that would change everything that I saw on tape.
He
even compared to Hainer from Fresno State, who is also 6'1". He throws the ball and he runs an offense completely differently than Young.
He's 6 foot, not 6 foot.
Alabama runs a spread offense.
He's 6 foot.
He's 6'1".
My biggest gripe with Alabama.
Look at the combine measurement. He's 6 foot.
I go off of what I had. I don't have updated.
That's the combine measurement.
Yeah,
6 foot.
All right.
But yeah, Bryce Young. Yeah, you give him 6'1". I still don't like him. He cannot throw on the run.
I honestly I
guess this is a stupid con, but he has trouble throwing across his body. But guess what? You come into the NFL, you need to throw accurately enough across your body to hit a guy.
So if we're gonna talk about Bryce Young, my cons, he cannot throw without a lane or a window. He can't do it. He cannot throw over the line. It will be batted down. If he has no lane, he rolls out and he leaves the pocket, even with a good pocket, and then he gets happy.
I would agree that's a huge learning curve, especially playing with 6'5" linemen in front of you.
Yeah,
and that happens all the time. Look at Baker's first year. Yeah. What do you have, like 10 balls batted down?
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous. Even Drew Brees playing for 20 years still had balls better.
Russell Wilson has him knocked down every now and again as well.
Yeah. Russell's what, 5'11", 5 or 6 foot? 5'11", yeah. So like, I mean, that's why I said take the height out of it, right? Because we all agree that the height's a factor. All of us here agree that the height's a factor. But we all have him in our top 5.
Do I?
I think you have him at 5.
He is 6.
He's
Okay.
6.
So, but it's
hold my dick.
Everybody at the combine, everybody outside of Steve in this world has him as a starting quarterback this upcoming year.
There's no way.
Yeah, where are we ranking these guys at?
Well, we all have
right?
C.J. Stroud as a starter.
Yeah.
We're not elite because we don't think he's a franchise guy yet. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't.
It's hard saying any of these guys.
It depends where he goes, right?
Yeah.
Depends where he goes.
I mean, yeah.
Like Justin Herbert, depends where he goes.
No, I think Justin Herbert did what he did without a very good offense when he got there.
I comped him going to the Chargers.
Yes, you did.
And I
Mike Williams wasn't Mike Williams without Justin Herbert.
No. I'm not taking. I love Herbert. I'm not taking anything. I love Herbert.
He probably is G.
But then Bryce Young for me, I think like I have Bryce Young as a backup personally. I don't think he can be a starter in the NFL just because Kyler Murray I don't think can be a starter.
So if he's your
but you don't like my Kyler Murray comp.
And watching his film, I think Bryce Young.
You don't think he can be a starter
because of his name.
Bryce Young, no. Stop the name bullshit. It's lazy now at this point.
But it's not. It's true though.
It's because of his school, not his name.
Okay, fine. The name of the school.
That's different. An alma mater is the alma mater is different than hence the reason I take a tackle out of frickin' Ohio State. I told you this earlier, right?
So what
the reason why I take linemen out of Ohio State is because of the farming system.
But is there anything you absolutely loved or hated about Bryce?
Bryce is his IQ. Bryce makes
He's his own
decisions.
worst enemy.
He can overthink at times.
Yeah, he's his own worst enemy.
He can definitely overthink at times. But if you look at his stats, I think based on his stats, he doesn't turn the ball over that much. So, but he's not the most accurate coming out. He's not even close. No,
he's not. He doesn't have a zip on the ball deep. He cannot throw a deep ball.
Which is why I don't think he threw yesterday.
I agree.
Yeah. He's going to go to his pro day, which I think hurts him.
And he's going to play with his receivers.
Yeah, which hurts him.
I think it hurts him.
Because
I think he drops the 3. Yeah. I think he drops a 3.
You had a D2 guy throw yesterday.
Oh, Bagent? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bagent.
Which KJ loves.
KJ loves his
he loves him.
Disagree.
All right.
Number 3.
So
we got 3 boys.
Well, you had Bryce at 6, we said, right?
Yeah.
So we're probably. I think you know what, Johnny. I think consensus. We're probably going to put Bryce at 3.
Okay.
Who do you have at 3, Steve?
I have Anthony Richardson.
And I have Anthony Richardson at 3 also.
Oh shit, Wheeler, where you got him?
6.
15.
So I'm not gonna say trash.
Yes, you are.
So Anthony Richardson. Oh, heads up, guys! Anthony Richardson broke a combine record for quarterbacks.
I'm gonna say this. I don't give a shit what your vert is. I don't care what your broad jump is. It doesn't matter. You're a quarterback. You have one job: get the ball, throw it, and maybe run it. If you're not a running back.
Yeah, I put Cam Newton.
Very strong.
You know what? Shut up, Johnny. I was really tired. Very strong arm with athletic stature to go with it. Sometimes doesn't trust his pocket, so he'll scramble too early. And this is what I saw at Anthony Richardson, is he has a habit of leaving his pocket way too early. And it's funny because I was watching an interview with him, and he goes, sometimes I do run before I throw. And that's an issue.
He also holds the ball too long inside the pocket. His pocket presence isn't great.
And I'm going to be honest, for that being his last year in college, I don't like the stats. 53.8% completion
17
percentage
total touchdowns
on 327 attempts, that's like average to, I would say below average a little bit for college, but I think that's right around average for attempts. And you have a very low completion percentage. 17 touchdowns for passing and 9 rushing touchdowns. That's what that slash is.
But he can run.
And that's why I have him comped to Cam Newton, because he's 6'4", 244 pounds. Like, the dude's a monster.
His feet are going to get him drafted. That's all I'm going to say.
His athleticism. Yeah, 100%. But I think that he also has he can put a little bit of touch on the ball. So I think he can throw very good. I was watching the combine yesterday.
Yes.
For the 90th time. I think he had a very good combine. The only thing I think he struggled with was hitting receivers on their break. That's where I think he struggles. So if you're playing a West Coast offense with him, it might not work. You might need to play a Russell Wilson style offense to where you let him develop the play. You know what I mean with his feet.
He runs a pass heavy with vert.
What was his 40 time again?
4.43.
And Cam Newton's my comp for him. I watched the Florida versus LSU game. My problem with is he, like
That's
you
good.
said, he leaves the pocket too early and he relies on his feet.
He comes himself to Cam Jackson.
What do we keep seeing with these running quarterbacks?
Well, so my only argument, right, as a running quarterback, and I've been saying this since day one, you don't win Super Bowls. No. You'll make it to the playoffs, you just don't win Super Bowls.
If you make it to the playoffs healthy.
Vic.
Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen. Daniel Jones.
Kyler Murray.
Can you go back to any other? Russell Wilson's the only one that I could think of, but he was more of a scrambler.
He didn't run. He
was more of a scrambler.
He was more
Andrew
like
Luck,
a.
And even Patrick Mahomes, same way, more of a scrambler.
But if you guys, so Patrick Mahomes, the reason why he does not run like he does is because Andy Reid schemes it from his rookie year.
And he's always injured in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Somehow they just shoot that dude with horse sedatives and like, I just go out there, man.
It's just the script saying that he's hurt.
But so like that's why I don't value guys with this athleticism. Now, if he goes to a team with
like a Justin Herbert,
he
needs to go pre-build.
Comeback receivers.
Wait.
Well, if he goes to a team with comeback receivers.
So this guy's your three also, and you don't value him that high. So that means you think Will Levis is just hot garbage.
How do you like him with Washington?
No, hold on.
Let's finish with I'll come back to Will Levis.
Yeah. How do you like him with Washington? They have some comeback receivers. You got Scary, you got Curtis Samuel, you have Jahan Doxson.
You have three guys that are under 6 foot that are just real
How
shifty.
do I like Anthony Richardson with?
I don't hate it, to be honest. I know you have Sam Howell, but
the only way I like Anthony Richardson in Washington is I love Scary Terry, but I don't think he's a comeback receiver. I don't think he's a guy that goes to the ball.
No, but you have Jahan Doxson and Curtis Samuel. With both of those guys are a little undersized, so they're comeback guys.
Jahan, yes. Jahan does come back.
But he needs a full. I think he missed part of the year.
He did.
Dotson did, yeah.
I'm talking like a guy, like a big guy that's willing to like. And this is not a big guy, but Tyreek Hill.
Oh, Ryan's in chat now.
Tyreek Hill has a very good comeback route. He goes to the ball if it's underthrown. So I want him with a guy like that.
There's not another Tyreek Hill in the league, though, my friend.
No, but like I want a guy that's willing to come back to the ball. Yeah, because he's going to have a habit of throwing short on these guys.
But he throws high.
He shortens his arm, though.
Yeah, but he throws high mid.
Who?
Richardson, he throws high.
He
overthrows his receivers almost.
So it's because he short arms. He doesn't follow through with his arm.
This is what I have. All right, so
you can't just say what in chat just to say what in chat.
His accuracy. So all around, it's good. It's not great, right? So short is good. It's not great. His medium is all right. It's not good. But his deep ball is just.
So then, Ryan, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Washington would be great. I from what I've seen with Scary Terry is I don't see a lot of comebacks. I don't see a lot of broke down plays where he comes back to the ball. So let's put it that way.
I think where
are we valuing
but
him?
I could be wrong.
Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, obviously we have, so we didn't do this. CJ Stroud's a first round pick for all of us, correct?
Yes.
Where do we have Bryce Young?
We put Bryce Young at 3. We put Bryce Young
so he's
at
a first round. Where do we have Anthony Richardson?
Bryce Young's dog shit. Bryce Young's talent.
Anthony Richardson's a second round pick for me.
I see. Ooh.
Anthony Richardson's first round pick for me.
He's late first.
10.
I think he's.
They're saying that he could be the
10.
first overall quarterback.
He might.
I mean,
first
so
he's
he is
the first
a project.
overall quarterback. I'm just going to stop watching college because the dude. How can you take him? How can you value this kid over C.J. Stroud?
Because of athleticism.
Yeah, I mean, but
again,
he's a backup that can develop into a starter. He needs to develop. He's reckless when he runs the ball.
Backup plus.
He's raw. Yeah, I would say.
He has terrible decision making. He's his own worst enemy.
He reads the run very poorly when he's running the ball.
I comped him to Cam Newton, not Lamar.
He's Cam Jackson.
He's Cam Jackson. All right.
Yeah. I comped him at Cam.
He comps himself to
he does not progress through his reads well. He has a lot to learn before he's going to be a proficient NFL quarterback.
And you know what he does?
However, his talent level is good.
But is it good enough to get him drafted?
I feel like Ryan jumped in late because what did I say?
What? With
running quarterbacks don't get you to
running
chip.
quarterbacks don't Super Bowls. They make it to the playoffs, but they don't win you in the playoffs.
Yeah, let's piss him off anymore.
I can love the guy as an athlete, And I love his story. I love Anthony Richardson's story.
I don't care.
I would love to see a graph for running quarterbacks and non-running quarterbacks to see the injury difference, because it's got to be
Well, I'm sure it's higher because you put yourself at risk.
Exactly, but the problem is that do I want to draft a guy in the top 10 who I know is going to be injured for possibly 4 games a year?
I think,
and that's nothing against Lamar at all. That's just running quarterbacks in general.
That's exactly what Ryan just asked. He goes, so if they don't win, then why are they drafting in the top 10?
Because they win. They just don't win the ship.
Yeah.
And
like you're a seasoned quarterback.
But I'm not drafting him in the top 10 knowing he's going to miss a couple games every year.
Okay, so I don't know off the top of my head. So maybe somebody else does. Maybe Ryan does. Maybe Jimmy does. Who was the last primarily rushing quarterback that made the Super Bowl?
I think it was Lamar his 2019 year.
Was it Cam?
Mike.
No,
yeah,
Lamar.
Did Cam go after
Cam? Lamar never made it to a Super Bowl.
His MVP year? He didn't make it.
I think was that 09?
Was it Cam? Was it Cam's MVP season?
No. When did Cam go against the Broncos?
Ooh.
Was it 09?
It was 13, I think.
Was 2013?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 2013.
So it was Cam Newton.
Yeah.
So him getting comped to Cam.
And that's a decade ago.
It is.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Rushing quarterbacks don't.
But how injury prone was Cam? How often was he injured?
Well,
he was big for his size, which I understand why everybody loves this guy.
Agree.
They win that game if he doesn't get in that car accident. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
He got in the car accident 2 days before the Super Bowl.
Do you remember the fumble? Do you remember the fumble that happened in the Super Bowl and he just didn't go down for it?
Yeah. I think they win it.
That was telling too. But yeah, the car accident, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
So that happened, like 5 days before or something?
No, it was like 2 days before the Super Bowl.
Oh, geez.
Literally like 2 days before the Super Bowl. They didn't think he was going to play.
So, Ryan, what is your...
And he probably shouldn't have, because that fumble
What is your view on running quarterbacks? Same with you, Jimmy. I want to know what Chat's opinion of running quarterbacks
are.
I
stole this comp. This is not my comp for Richardson, but it is Justin Fields.
I don't know. Justin Fields isn't freaking 6'3", 240 almost.
6'4", 244. He's the size of a tight end and runs like a wide receiver.
He's a linebacker.
The dude is a monster.
It's about 10.
No, that's why he's a Cam Newton comp, because he's going to put himself in harm's way.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
He's
but so
going. Justin Fields, this year they schemed it a little more. Justin Fields holds on a ball a lot, by the way, compared to Anthony Richardson. Justin Fields struggles getting rid of the ball.
My bad.
I thought it was 09.
It might have been.
I don't know.
But I could be wrong. But so when I look at Anthony Richardson, I think Carolina could utilize him, but they're not set up for him because they're set up for a pocket passer. They're not set up for Anthony Richardson.
I mean, are they?
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's why no pocket passer succeeds there.
I think that the Panthers themselves on offense aren't set up for shit. They're building their offense around DJ Moore. And I think that's goofy.
My bad.
Okay, so
I think that
was only 8 years ago. No,
2009. 2009 was Pittsburgh, Arizona.
Super Bowl 50. Denver versus the Panthers.
That's why that freaking game stuck in my head.
Yep, that was Peyton Manning's retirement game.
That's funny. So
C.J. Anderson. Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't. What else do you think of, like, when you think Anthony Richardson? Because the dude's a freak of nature. He's a freak of nature.
He's a back.
But so was Cam when he came out.
Cam was more polished.
But it's gonna. His athleticism.
Dude, they had to literally script only 3 plays for Cam because he was stupid.
That's literally what this is gonna be.
His IQ is way better than Cam's.
I mean, then he's gonna be better than Cam.
That means you could win a Super Bowl. Cam made it to the Super Bowl.
I agree, Jimmy, that it should be. He's not a fan of depending on your quarterback to run the ball. I think he's a great skill. It's a great skill to have, but should be viewed as a complement to their passing skill set. Right, which means that you are a quarterback in that regard, not a running back.
So coming out,
you play to your
coming out of college. If you remember, who had a better arm then? Is it Cam or is it Richardson? I do not recall. I know
that was a long time ago. Cam out of Auburn.
You might hate this, and I don't. Johnny might be able to look up the stat. I think Anthony Richardson is more accurate than Cam coming out of college.
Jesus Christ, then he's going to be fine.
I think Cam had a gun.
This dude's got a gun.
He does. He is strong, but my only issue is he short arms. Watching the combine, he short arms a lot, which is why he does miss receivers.
Cam Newton's prospect grade was a 7.5.
No, that's not what I asked. What's his completion percentage coming out of college?
No,
ESPN that I think.
His completion percentage was
coming out of college.
65.4.
All right, so statistically.
For Cam Newton. He also played at Florida. I forgot. I know he went to Auburn, but yeah, he played at Florida.
Huh.
That's funny.
That is funny. That's hilarious.
His quarterback rating was 182.
I don't know his receivers he played with, though, but...
30. Yeah, but Cam Newton threw for so many more touchdowns. 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
So per NFL,
it's so hard to say.
So per NFL.com's prospects for Cam Newton when he came out, his strengths were Newton has a rare blend of height, strength, and speed, fierce competitor, and emotional leader, flashes the ability to zip the ball into tight spots, has a quick, over-the-top delivery, puts a ton of revolutions on the ball and can make all the throws, frequently evades the rush for second-chance opportunities, and threat to pick up large chunks when he tucks. Weaknesses, not proficient at going through his progressions or making NFL reads.
That's what I got for Richardson.
Doesn't anticipate receivers getting open, but must see them in a window. Inconsistent accuracy due to poor footwork and falling away to avoid a big hit. Despite athleticism, needs to improve his drop mechanics and finer points.
Which his footwork was always an issue, and actually, that's Anthony Richardson's issue. His footwork also.
And his last one is numerous off-the-field issues worth investigating.
Well, Cam?
Ooh.
Yes.
I didn't remember that.
He's stupid. That's the off-the-field issues.
Oh, well, I mean,
and I'm not trying to insult Cam. He couldn't pick up a playbook.
Yeah, but
Ask Cam. He knows it.
Yeah, he does.
I don't read well.
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, that's what I take away from Cam.
He's Cam.
He won the MVP.
So, but here's a question. Can you check to see when Cam was drafted? But he is Cam, and the question is, Cam took you to Super Bowl. Are you willing to take a guy like Cam and develop a team around him? Cam also had CMC.
2011. That's when he was drafted. It was 2011.
I don't care what year.
You just said, can you see when he was drafted?
Overall.
We had number one.
Number one.
I couldn't remember. If he was drafted overall. So if that's the case, Anthony Richardson could be a 1 overall.
I mean,
two dub bears.
And he's got a good deep ball, and DJ Moore's a deep guy, so.
If the team takes him over number one overall, they deserve what's coming to him.
All right, let's go on to our number.
Well, hold on. So what's the consensus of where he ranks in the top 10 and the consensus if he's a starter, backup, elite?
He's consensus at top 10. I don't know yet. I think right now you have him at 6. Me and you have him at 3. I think he stays at 2 or 4. Well, because we dropped.
It would be 4.
He's 5.
Where do you have Will Levis? Hold on, because
Will Levis. I have
Will
next.
Levis. I have Will Levis above.
Okay, all right. So
and then where do you have each of you guys hold on, backup or starter?
I have him as a backup that can develop into a starter.
Backup.
So here's the thing, right? So my next one I think is probably close to you guys. Hendon Hooker.
Ooh, I love him.
I have it 4.
Oh,
he's mine too.
So Jimmy says Cam got kicked out of Florida, then went to JUCO, junior college, and then Auburn.
Right. That was the off the field issues.
Yep.
So I have Hendon Hooker at my 4.
Ooh. I have Hooker.
Wheels
2.
3. He would be my number 1 if healthy.
So Hendon Hooker is going to move up to 2.
He said he'd be your 1 if healthy.
Yes.
I love that.
So Hendon Hooker is going to move up to 2.
Stroud, even after this. Now hold on.
No way.
I liked Hooker. I liked Hooker a lot.
He's older.
I need you to sell me. I need you to sell me on better than Stroud.
You know what Hendon Hooker doesn't rely on? His feet. He is built.
Yes, he does.
Not all the time. It's not a big, huge part of his game like Anthony Richardson.
So hold on.
No,
great leader. I'm going to read off the graphic.
Yeah.
Great leader, accurate on all levels of the field, has the ability to run when needed, patient under pressure with good precision making.
He's more polished than Anthony Richardson.
So he's able to run.
He's not as athletic. I get it.
So he's not a running quarterback, but able to run when needed.
He is a scrambling quarterback.
No, he's a running quarterback. He's just they don't do it as much.
I would agree with that, Jimmy.
They don't do it as much.
Hendon Hooker is behind Stroud. If
Wheeler, say that again. What was that last statement?
I said he's a scrambling quarterback.
Yeah, he's not a running quarterback.
Let's go look at. Can you bring
He had
up
103 attempts. That's a lot of running.
That is a lot.
Okay, how many did Anthony Richardson have?
Anthony Richardson, attempts wise?
Sorry, I'm standing.
No, you're good.
My hips are tight.
I'm guessing he's probably Anthony Richardson's probably close to 200.
Oh man, you guys are gonna give me all woman.
I just don't like Anthony Richardson because it's another guy who's bringing it on his freaking on his
27
athleticism,
passing
his feet.
touchdowns, and he got hurt this
Anthony Richardson.
Damn.
Anthony Richardson, 103.
Okay, so they have the same.
Yeah.
year. Ooh, that's not good.
But look at the production. He missed, I think, 3 games.
Was it? I thought it was more than that.
It might have been, but I'm saying look at the production. And you know who plays better
Johnny,
teams?
I sent you the updated
Tennessee.
Oh yeah, Hooker did play better overall.
And he looked great. He looked awesome against Alabama. He took Alabama and dragged that freaking defense through the mud. He was just slinging it left and right, hitting guys wide open, hitting them in the chest.
I bet he runs faster in a 4.7.
He has a great football IQ.
A good thing, Jimmy, is that Hendon Hooker is behind 2 for our consensus.
Yeah, Hooker's 2,
He's
right?
2. Yeah,
Oh,
it'll be
wow.
C.J. Stroud 1, Hendon Hooker 2, Bryce Young 3,
I
and at
understand.
4 we have Anthony Richardson.
Ooh.
So
I mean, it's better than...
I have him at 5. I'll agree at 4.
now we will all agree that Hendon Hooker will not be taken in the top 10 because of injury.
No. But I take him over Anthony Richardson.
But he might be a second-round guy.
He's going to be... Jimmy...
Or a
Jimmy
team may
is right.
trade back. Nor a team may trade back into the first to get him for that 5th-year option because essentially you're not losing a year.
And I agree that the 25-year-old thing, right, Steve?
Yeah,
is a fact.
That's what I
is
said.
a factor.
That was my comp.
Because that'll be the same... It'll be the same conversation when we talk about Bennett.
Injured and age.
He's old.
Injured
However,
and age.
I think he goes in the second.
I do too. I
don't
think he goes early second.
I think the only way he goes... See, the problem is, as a team that might like this guy, he's going to slide and slide and slide. So even if he doesn't go in the beginning of the second, there's going to be a team that goes, dude, he's dropping.
Yep.
He's dropping.
But
and
I'm
they're going
saying-
to trade up
Early
into the
second.
second to get him.
But so this is what I'm going to say.
I don't
You're
hate the trade
losing a
back
year
late
on him.
first, though.
You're losing a year on him at least. Why wouldn't you just say, screw it, let's trade back into the first round and get a 5th-year option? Because then you're not losing a year, essentially.
Yep.
You got
I
to
don't
pay him the
disagree with
money.
that.
I get it.
Well,
but you still get 4 years of development out of the
Your
kid.
assumption is, right?
And he's going to be 30 before
love
the end of
that
that.
comp.
He's going to be
Watson,
30.
That is my comp
I
for him.
don't like to
Josh
say
Allen.
that comp because
Deshaun Watson is my comp.
in his prime was freaking phenomenal.
I mean,
I just hate saying that comp.
This dude is
He's
good.
still not out of his prime.
Yes, he is right now.
We'll see.
Technically, your prime's 25.
But so my thing is, I would take him in the first for the 5th-year option alone because he's going to be 30 before the end of that contract.
But you're not taking him in the top 20.
No, but you take him late first.
I agree.
Why not? Like
traded
another
to Kansas
team,
City at
like
31,
another
which
team
you did, didn't you?
I had the Saints, I think, taking him. Yeah,
He had the Saints trading up into the first round
Last
with
pick.
Kansas City.
Well,
last
31
Saints are
overall.
always funny.
Jonathan, can you bring up the first round? I think Saints are already drafting late. They're already drafting 12.
No, he had
I-
the Saints trading from the second into the first
Oh.
yeah,
to get the
to get Hendon Hooker
Hendon Hooker, which I actually like that. That's
at 31.
I mean,
or whatever.
All
They
right,
would've
because they're
picked
already drafted at 29, so right? Maybe
they could take him at 29.
They could take him.
But I'm saying,
But if
why
they're-
wouldn't
if
you
they're
do a
offering
5th-year
a-
option?
But if they're offering a contract to Derek Carr, he's not going to the Saints.
But if he doesn't go to the Saints, you bring in Jacoby Brissett, or you say screw it, throw Taysom Hill at quarterback for a year.
Oh my God!
And
Could
tank.
dude? You know how pissed I'd be if like the Browns drafted Hendon Hooker.
I would be so happy.
I would
get a jersey.
ecstatic.
I would get a jersey.
Same day. I would contact my people in China,
so
DH Gate, and I'm getting a jersey.
Why not? Take him in the second round and screw it, because if that shit doesn't work out with Deshaun, you can get rid of him, then you're not paying Hendon. You're not paying Hendon
But
nothing.
it doesn't matter. You could cut him, but the problem is you're guaranteed Watson $235
You just trade
million
him.
in signing
Trade him.
bonuses.
Just trade him.
You don't get rid of the signing bonus. You owe him.
Eh.
That means that's $45 million a year. Bye bye. See ya. Yeah, well, yeah.
Better than having him on our
But you
team.
screw your cap. You can't sign anybody at that point. Hooker goes in.
Ooh, the mid first.
That goes in the mid round, first round, second, third.
Mid-round.
Mid rounds altogether.
Yeah, well, for what
Thanks for jumping
Round
in. Thanks for
specific,
jumping in
please.
chat too, Jacob. Appreciate it.
round specific, please?
Yeah, let us know first, second, or third.
So-
I think he's saying first.
Like I said, my two big cons on him are obviously
by the way,
injury and age.
if that's the ability that he goes in the first, that's 5 quarterbacks in the first round.
Douche.
Called it.
Anthony Richardson is.
I'll
in the
take
first
my
round
Chipotle,
pick.
Ryan.
Anthony Richardson is first round pick.
All right, so Ryan made a great
I'll
comp.
die on that
Ryan
hill,
made a
boys.
comp right to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I like that comp.
Wheels, what were you going to say?
Josh
about-
Allen.
Hooker played better talent.
You say Hooker. You say
Hooker
Hooker's Josh Allen
Yeah, but so Hooker's
with
Josh.
accuracy?
Yes.
That's not good.
Josh Allen.
He's 70% accurate in college, and you're going to say...
I said
Hooker was 70%?
No, I
69.6 his final
year. I said he's He is Josh Allen with more accuracy.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah.
You guys kept
with
talking.
the accuracy.
So
let me finish.
Sean Watson.
I understood what you meant.
Thank you.
KJ even said it and didn't understand.
With
You know
accuracy,
what?
yes.
Jacob,
That's what I said.
You're about to hear some
Jacob,
stuff,
you're
buddy.
watching way too much of the combine talk. Because that's all they were saying was the Lions should draft him over
No.
Jared Goff. Even
No, they
Jared Goff.
shouldn't.
had
You're
a
not
great
giving
year,
up on
and-
Jared Goff, even for Hendon Hooker.
Are
you're
you?
not.
Wait, hold on. Are you a
No.
Lions
Where are
fan?
you having him drafted?
Dan Campbell said that they're not opposed to taking a quarterback.
Where you have him
At
getting
6.
drafted, though,
That'd be at
Jacob?
6. That would mean Anthony Richardson's going to the Lions at 6.
That's stupid. Don't do that.
Anthony Richardson isn't top 10.
Please
I'm
don't do
sorry.
that.
He just.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
can't
see,
it.
right.
Maybe
It's like,
7.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I mean, he'll be there at 18. Well, he probably won't be, but don't take him. Oh, my God. Are you a Lions fan? Don't do
Probably.
that. Don't do that, please.
News just in that people around the league believe Ravens are strongly considering using the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson.
Been calling it for weeks. And the non-exclusive franchise tag throws it in Lamar Jackson's face and says, hey, here's $34 million. You can shop the market. If someone offers you more money, we'll match it for you. But what we're going to do is let you shop the market and see if you're worth it. And then the other thing is, if somebody else signs him, they get a first-round pick in return.
You know who should else do that? Is the Giants. Non-exclusive franchise
I
tag,
agree.
Daniel Jones.
I agree.
I'm happy that
Both
got brought
those
up. Thank you,
guys-
Johnny.
Both those guys.
This guy looks Gonzalez at 6 for the.
I do like Gonzalez.
I do too. That's a good
Oscar
pick.
Gonzalez out of Oregon. He was my number one
All
corner.
right, so
That'd be a good pick.
let's go on. Well, here, any shortfalls of Hendon Hooker outside of injury and age?
He needs to learn to slide. He's reckless when he runs.
he does not slide.
Slides like Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
They need to bring a baseball guy into him and teach him how to slide.
He holds the ball a long time, and I think a lot of that was.
You're right, Ryan. I think it is 2 first.
That was a lot of waiting for routes to develop for like Hyatt, who was the best receiver in the country this year. And at times he does stop moving his feet while in the pocket. That's a problem. So he's got to work on that.
His pocket presence is very good.
Yes.
But his issue
internal
is
clock while in the pocket is good. Yep.
He could work on his play action ability though.
So
he
he
doesn't
senses-
sell a good play action.
They
from
don't
what I
have a
see.
good running
He
back.
senses the rush, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean
But-
he gets out when it's time to get.
So I don't like him using him as a running quarterback. I know you guys do. I think I don't
ran the
think
ball a shitload.
he ran a lot and he got injured because of it.
Magical.
So you
with
would
his
say
rushing
Hooker is a
ability.
starter?
Yes.
Elite?
Hooker's a starter.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say Hooker's a starter, but the problem
Yes.
is health.
Where do we have
it's a
him?
Tua situation.
Where
He
do we
can
have
come in
him?
healthy.
Where do we have him?
Hooker's 2.
Hooker's 2 for us. Yeah,
And then 3 is Bryce.
3 is Bryce.
4 is
Dumb.
4 is
We don't have
It's
anyone.
Richardson right now.
4 is Richardson.
4 is Richardson.
But it all depends on where we have Levis.
Well,
Well,
Levis is 4.
So I
I have
have.
Levis as 4.
Oh Jesus. Hold on. I think I have Will Levis at 5.
Aaron Rodgers to Niners. Hold on. Is that
He
confirmed?
already said he wasn't.
No,
no.
he's just predicting.
All right, Jimmy, get in chat.
He was.
Oh, which means that I would get my Chipotle too, Ryan.
Jimmy, get in chat. We're talking Will Levis.
So
All right, so Will Levis, great athleticism, lacking in basic mechanics. Raw talent, unsteady feet, has a habit of throwing unbalanced.
He's Daniel Jones.
I also saw something at the combine
Yeah,
yesterday that I didn't see, is that he has an issue throwing across his body. So he struggles throwing to the left side of the field.
And he does not have pocket patience.
Ryan, with
He gets rid of the ball too quick. It looks like he's scared the pocket's going to break down.
I hate that you keep saying Levi's sucks. It's Levis.
All right. What were you saying, Johnny? Sorry.
it's okay, I'll send it in chat.
No, it's
No, just
I
say.
was just say for our Chipotle, but
Oh.
he's saying
Oh, yeah, you guys fine. You say that in chat. That's fine.
right.
You can put your order in chat. That's no big deal.
It's Levis.
Yeah, it's.
If you look at the pronunciation, if you look at the pronunciation of his name, it's actually.
I think the autocorrect
Levis.
keeps making people type Levi's. It's funny.
It's not the gene
It
company.
autocorrects.
But so his 40-yard was unofficial, 4.72. But this dude's hands are huge. This dude, first off, So I heard a great comp. Okay, he is the cartoon character of Hercules, and I see it, and I can't unsee it.
Stop. Oh, my God.
So how much do we value hands? Because you know who
For a
had
quarterback?
small hands coming out was Joe Burrow.
Well, it's Kenny Pickett.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, but
You mean
so it's both.
Kenny Two Gloves?
Kenny's gonna have a good year.
Yeah, but
I think so, too.
the issue with hands is where are you going and what's the weather like, right?
So you're saying he can play AFC North ball? I'm not saying he'll go to a
he has
team, but
better
he can play in
control.
weather.
Correct. He can play in rain, snow,
Sleet,
You're not going to
wind.
fumble the ball as much, usually. You might have bitch hand strength, but this dude's actually a freak of nature too.
So,
as a quarterback, he's a strong, solid statue.
Did you fall in love with any aspect of his game?
His arm overall is it's elite. He is an elite arm.
But he doesn't have the greatest deep ball.
It's not accurate. It's not accurate. He has a long ball, but it's not accurate.
I said does not have good deep ball touch.
Yeah. I don't know about that. It's just not accurate. He has a hard time placing it on the outside shoulder.
I feel like sometimes he overthrows a guy because of his arm. He's got a strong arm, but he's just not accurate deep. But I don't know if that's so much his receivers or
Josh Allen.
I literally just said not accurate.
But I'm saying is that so much his receivers or is that him?
You want to hear a better comp? Jameis Winston.
God damn it.
You like Jameis. That's like the second or third time you say it.
It is a good comp. It is a good comp because if you look at him, he has negative rushing yards in college. Josh Allen runs.
His O-line
Does he have the same? Does he have the same type of touchdowns to interception ratio?
Can you bring up his thing one more time? I think it was like
line is so
negative
bad.
107 rushing yards.
You're playing at Kentucky. They're not known for football, of course.
So mediocre team around him. Don't disagree.
Still play SEC.
But
that's what I'm saying. It's a hard division to play in.
Yeah.
And he's still produced. I like him light years more than Richardson.
Why would I mean,
he's a pocket guy.
He got beat out by Sean Clifford. That is correct.
You know who,
and I was going to bring that up.
You know who we talked about earlier with him? Eli Manning.
No.
Really?
Oh, man. Hold on.
He's strong.
Yeah.
I think he can take a hit.
Don't think of Eli as the Eli that won 2 Super Bowls. Think of Eli coming.
Eli that beat Tom Brady twice.
I still think Eli was accurate downfield. Eli was accurate downfield.
That's what I'm saying. His arm talent is Eli.
I can see that. But I don't know if I like Eli as a comp.
Oh, man.
I like the Jameis Winston.
I put Daniel Jones down there.
Yes, he's saying Ole Miss Eli. That's exactly what he's saying.
Exactly.
Out of college.
Thank you.
That's what he's saying.
Thank you, Ryan. That's exactly what I'm saying. Ole Miss Eli.
So I like the Jameis Winston because I think he's reckless with the ball.
Oh, no, he's making fun of you. Okay, yeah, no.
Who invited this guy?
I think he's reckless with the ball.
Hey, at least I'm on the show, Ryan. Where are you, bud?
Oh, my God. What is this?
Love you, buddy.
But no.
Are you mental?
Yes.
So my issue with it is that if you look at him in college, he's willing to make throws he probably shouldn't make, which is the Jameis Winston, and that's the Josh Allen
he's
comp
ballsy.
too, right? Because Josh Allen is willing to make throws he probably shouldn't
But
make.
look at the completion.
Especially in the red zone.
Look at his completion percentage compared to Josh Allen. Josh Allen's completion percentage was like 57
Will
or 54.
Levis is better. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Oh,
That's why I say Jameis Winston.
Yeah. So
Jameis Winston makes accurate throws, but he also makes gutsy throws, which is why his interceptions are so high.
what team do you like him going to? So do you have him starter, backup, and then what team?
He's got to be a backup.
The XFL.
Just
kidding.
You don't okay, I think
I don't think he's a starter personally, but he's going to start. He's going to start and he's going to get starting time.
Well, I'm putting it as backup because 1 and 2 are starters, and then Bryce at 3 you have as backup.
He's a backup.
So everyone else has to be backup.
He's a backup plus, is what he is.
So then Bryce would have to be a backup plus.
For him he was, but
Bryce
for
is backup.
me and Wheels have him as a starter.
Bryce?
For Bryce?
I don't think Bryce can be a
You
starter.
got him a starter, right?
I have him a starter.
Yeah.
See some Josh. Yeah, see exactly.
If you're drafting, I'm going to tell you right now, the top 4 wide receivers and how they're going to be drafted is C.J. Stroud.
You mean quarterbacks?
Or quarterback, sorry.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud.
Uh-huh.
Call me crazy. Anthony Richardson.
2 for a second.
Bryce Young.
Okay.
Will Levi's, Brian.
So
At 4.
Okay.
That's how I think it's going to play out.
Jimmy, when you say somewhere between 5 and 9, you mean in overall, right?
Yes.
Between so Seattle and Carolina. Interesting.
So that's my 4, and then Hendon Hooker late. Those are my 5 firsts.
I'd like to see what Seattle's going to do with Geno before I make that statement.
I let Geno go.
Why would you let Geno go if you know this is a future thought process?
Because he wants money.
Next year's the quarterback year.
I mean,
He's
why
going to
not
want
franchise tag him?
and pay him $38 million.
Do a non-exclusive.
And 34. We could. I mean, you could. 34 mil. But do you think he's worth 34? Do you think he's worth $34 million though?
No, but you got to get a contract. So why not just burn yourself for 1 year, not 5?
Yeah, but you have what, 2 first-round picks?
I don't know. Geno's going to want like Daniel Jones money at this point.
I don't pay him.
No. I don't think Geno would ask for 40 years.
He has Daniel Jones
Is
numbers.
Seattle and Derek Carr talks or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think they have the money, right?
I don't know. Well, Derek Carr's not asking for a lot. Derek Carr just wants
35.
to end his career somewhere, and he wants $35 million a year. And to me,
Derek
that's
Carr,
like 15 overall.
Derek Carr
money.
is a guy who, he doesn't want to be moved around. He wants to go to, like you said, finish his career. But he wants to go to a team that believes in him and aren't going to give up on him.
Jimmy, I love it.
Oh man.
I would. I'm sorry, but I would. I would pay Geno over Daniel Jones.
No, I would like Will Levis in a Roughnecks uniform.
I would need Geno to have another year like last year to pay him more than Daniel.
Oh well, you're not going to get another year from a 35-year-old quarterback.
Do you think Geno did what he did because of the wide receivers or because of him?
A lot of people think it's because of the quarterback or because of the coach.
Okay, but I mean, so. There's no other. You're not going to bring a veteran in to relearn the entire offense. Like you said, you might as well just stick with Geno and maybe draft a guy and see what you get. You have 2 first.
But I'm not
picks.
drafting in the first round, which is why Hendon Hooker could go there in the second. Like this is one of those teams that they could go Hendon Hooker.
I'm telling you,
second.
Hendon Hooker's going to go in the first because of the 5th year. Because
then they trade
you're
up.
not losing.
Then if I'm Seattle, I trade up or trade back.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's going in the
picks.
first because of the 5th year option because you're not losing a year of his with the
Seattle
injury.
drafts at 5 and at 20.
Yeah, so they could get him at 20.
Yep.
So they could go offensive line or D end, and then they could get him at 20. They might have to trade up if they think someone's going to jump him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out because with Derek Carr.
We'll do another 3. We're going to do a 3-round mock.
Because when Derek Carr decides his team, that's going to be obviously whether it's the Jets, the
Derek
Saints.
Carr and Aaron Rodgers are screwing this whole draft up right now.
Aaron Rodgers isn't leaving.
I don't know.
He's doing his little. He's doing his little diva like he does every year.
Around the
I'm
combine.
gonna retire. I'm gonna go somewhere else, and then he signs.
Rumor around the combine is that the Jets are like willing to give up the farm for Aaron Rodgers at this point.
Aaron Rodgers is the kid that you have to reassure when he goes and takes a piss.
Oh God. John, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I think
I wasn't paying attention.
I think
Aaron Rodgers is the kid you have to reassure before he goes and takes a piss.
I think Aaron Rodgers is like the black sheep of the NFL at this point because everybody.
But guess what? He made it himself that way.
I don't know. Brett Favre did the same crap.
Who goes into darkness for 3 days and says, "I'm gonna go do drugs"?
It was 4.
4 days. Sorry.
And he didn't say he was going to do his ayahuasca or whatever.
Ayahuasca.
He went to fight the Hat Man, and he did his freaking mushrooms last year. The dude
here's a question.
It's like he's trying to be cool, but he just fails every
the Hat Man.
day.
Why? So I think. So hold on. You guys are all reading into what Aaron Rodgers said. Aaron Rodgers just said, "I'm going into a darkness retreat," which means, what do you say if I'm going on a blackout period?
It's the same thing.
No media.
It's the same thing.
But it's media.
He went to a freaking. It showed the place he went to.
Yeah, I get it, and it's just a place.
It was a cave.
It's a cabin essentially.
Yeah, I mean,
where you go and there's no media, there's no other people, and you spend time with yourself.
And darkness.
But it's not actual darkness. You just sit in a room and you can leave at will. Yeah. So like
it has light.
Everybody's reading way into this. Like it'd be like me going to Amish country and cutting off all social media. Like I just am living by myself and seeing what I want to evaluate.
What the Amish are. Google them.
So I don't know. Like I think you're all reading into it. Let's move on to. Y'all.
So where do we have Levis? Is here first?
I put Levis at 4.
I think Levis would have to go 4. Richardson would have to go 5, right?
Yes, it's working.
Is that what I'm getting?
Yes,
because you have him lower, right?
I have Levis lower. Well,
you two have Levis at 4, and I have him at 5.
I have Richardson at 3.
And you have Richardson at 3, and I have him at. Where do I have Richardson?
I thought you had him at.
Well, you just
you had him at 4.
Where do you have Richardson?
6.
That's why I say.
I think Levis has to be 5. Richardson's got to be 4.
Whatever. I mean.
So I think Levis is 5. Richardson's 4.
So then Richardson.
Because me and you have Richardson higher than Levis.
As much as I hate Richardson, he's going to be 2nd overall. Or not 2nd overall. He was the 2nd overall quarterback taken.
I was born in the dark.
So that means that Richardson would have to be back up plus them too.
All right, so let's move on to number 6, and this one's going to throw a curveball for all you guys.
Number 5, you mean?
It's Bryce Young.
No,
we already have 5. I have Clayton Tune at 6.
I do not. I have him at 10.
Tanner McKee.
I don't have.
We are all over the place on this.
Oh, here we go. We're finally dropping out. Tanner McKee is 8 for me.
Stanford, Pac-12, 4-star, 6'6", 230. The dude's huge.
25 years old.
All right, so wait.
23. He's 23.
6'6".
All right, so
this says 6'2.5".
That's Houston, buddy.
So you're driving the show. Yeah, that's Clayton. Okay, so we're going to talk about Tune right now, right? All right.
Where's he at for me?
I think you have Tanner McKee.
I do have Tanner McKee.
Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, Clayton Tune. Capable of running complex.
He's 9 for me.
Complex playbook is what I meant. Oh,
I have 2 to 10.
Quick release, looks off defenders downfield, seems comfy in the pocket, and has smooth footwork. Give me your negatives.
He often under throws his receiver. He doesn't have good football decision making in the pocket. He rushes his throws, and he doesn't look confident in the pocket with his footwork.
I like that comp, by the way, Jimmy.
What's his comp?
Oh shit! Really? I didn't realize Case Keenum was that tall. So I said accuracy takes a dive when he stops moving his feet.
Sam Darnold's my comp.
You guys realize Sam Darnold was like top 5 drafted, right?
He was.
Yeah, and he was
2,
trash.
and he was dog shit.
And
because of injury.
Because of skill.
No, after that injury,
thereof.
he's only seen ghosts since.
He sees ghosts.
When he got
when he got drafted.
But it's since the injury.
What was his injury when he got
and the Jets?
the kissing disease, whatever it's called?
Mono? I don't think that was.
Yeah, he did get mono.
I know, but I think he was blown out at that point.
The dude.
I like how you're like, the kissing injury.
Blown out? Oh, Jesus. Poor decision making at times. He takes sacks instead of throwing the ball away. He holds the ball too long.
He doesn't have an NFL arm.
It's Case Keenum.
No, I mean.
He does not have an NFL arm.
I love
Keenum's a high quality backup.
Case Keenum was a starter.
He's
went to Houston.
I think
Right,
he's
he
Sam
was.
Darnold. I'm sorry.
I will say that I do see it as a positive. He stays in the pocket as long as possible to give his guys time.
But that what gets him into trouble.
It is.
He overplays his.
That could be taught, though, I think, getting rid of the ball. Look at Justin Fields. What did he take, 9 sacks against the Browns?
It was 5.
I think it was 8, bud.
It was just ridiculous.
Because I think Miles had 5.
Miles had 5.5 that game.
Oh, my God.
So I'm just saying.
What's his first start?
Was that before or after the car accident?
Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying.
I don't like Tune.
So I like Clayton Tune because of his short field accuracy.
So he's a underneath and slant guy.
And the fact that he can read a playbook.
Yeah, but he can't throw deep.
Yeah, but he lacks.
How many guys in the NFL can throw beyond 40
It's going to take you 15 to 20 plays to get to the end zone, I guess,
all the guys
right?
that make the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're talking guys that are like, this year we're all cream of the crop. Like Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Like all these guys are very good quarterbacks. They have shortfalls when it comes to playmaking and IQ. But for the most part, these guys are all athletic freaks. I mean, even Jalen Hurts. And I actually don't. Jalen Hurts is not that accurate downfield.
6th rounder? Yeah, I don't like him either. Jalen Hurts. I mean, no. You know what Jalen Hurts is. Is a black Josh Allen.
Ryan, there might only be 10 quarterbacks taken in this draft, if that.
Yeah.
So we're at
on
6.
average. There's 13 over the last 3 years.
Yeah, and this draft was weak. We all know this. And there's only 4 teams that must have quarterbacks. Everybody else is drafting backups.
Dud.
Did you guys know that Keenum had 3 years of over 5,000 yards?
Yes.
KJ Keenum?
Yes.
With Washington.
Get outta here.
Right?
No, all Houston.
All Houston?
I do. Dude, Houston moved on for him for Deshaun Watson.
2008, 2009, and 2011.
Over
not Deshaun Watson.
Over 5,000 yards passing?
Yes.
You know what? I didn't know that.
He went to Minnesota.
That's a dog shit comp then. Because this dude is not that.
We'll see.
Really? I didn't know he did that well. Oh my God.
I loved Case Keenum coming out of college.
Well, so his first year he didn't play. Then it was 2,200.
Oh yeah, I got
5,000, 5,000.
I got Tune as a dud.
So let's move on to at 7, which is the one that's going to piss you guys off because I moved him up on the ranks.
Stetson Bennett.
No, Tyson Bagent.
I have Aiden O'Connell out of Purdue.
He's not even in my guys.
I have Aiden O'Connell. Who do you have?
At
Tyson Baggett.
At 7,
Tyson Bagent.
He's a D2. What is it, HBC?
No. Came out of Shepherd.
No, Shepherd. That's what it's.
Yeah.
I have Jaron Hall.
But look at that career yardage.
We didn't even talk about Hayner.
Look at Bagent's career yardage in D2, and I know you guys don't like it, but for a guy that threw 4,500 yards, he also threw 5,000 yards last year. Now passing attempts is ridiculous, but look at the accuracy with that passing attempt, 69%.
You're playing yourself. Our children of the poor.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. I want to see you go on the field and run a route, or have a guy run a route and throw a ball 572 times and be 69% accurate.
I'm not a D2 football player.
But you're saying anybody can be a D2
you
football player.
gave me the same.
You're saying anybody can be a D2.
You gave me the same thing 2 weeks ago.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I said
you did.
no. My argument was he's in an HBCU. that he's not playing against big guys. Now, I'll agree that he's not playing against big rushers, but his offensive line isn't D1 talent either.
No, it's dog shit.
But at the same aspect, what are you playing, though? You're not playing top talent.
But he's also not throwing with D1 receivers.
Show me a quarterback out of D2
it's pretty damn impressive.
D1. Oh.
It's pretty damn impressive that a quarterback in D2 is thrown for averaging 4,000 yards a season.
So he's the number one D2 quarterback? So he wasn't good enough to make it to D1.
Which
so
is why he got the invite to the combine. That's why he got the invite to the Senior Bowl.
I'm just saying. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm not hating on it.
By the way, hold on. My argument for this guy being here is everybody else below him is dog shit. None of them are going to be starters in the NFL. I like this guy.
You like this guy over Jack Hanger.
Jake Haener.
Jake, same thing.
You like him over Hall. You like him over Aiden O'Connell.
You like him over.
I think I have Jake Haener right below him.
Hall. I mean, holy shit.
Max Duggan.
So to me, this guy's going to be a dark horse. But
I didn't like Duggan.
It's fine.
He had a couple flash games, but I didn't care.
Where are we putting?
I think what I have next, Johnny?
We got to talk about Haener at least a little bit.
Hold on. So where are we going to put Clayton first?
We got to talk about.
He's 9.
Clayton Tune, we're going to move down.
Yeah,
so we'll get to our bottom 5 here in a minute. We just have to go over because 6 through 10, we all have different guys.
Yeah.
We all have different guys, and that's fine.
So Tyson is consensus what? Dud?
Tyson who?
Bagent, your guy.
Yeah.
I'll probably put him at 10.
Well, no, like dud, starter, backup.
He's not even on my list.
We can put him at 10.
Oh, no, that's right. No, I don't have him.
So for me, backup.
Okay.
We are not talking about Bennett, not yet, but we will in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about Stetson Bennett. So Tyson's a backup, if that's your argument.
Well, no, I'm just putting that for the notes.
He's saying a dud, and I think Wheels is probably going to say a dud too.
Not getting drafted.
And that's fine.
Trash.
Dude, there might be none of these guys drafted.
Aiden O'Connell's getting drafted. Darren Hall's getting drafted.
I mean,
Aiden O'Connell.
I like Haener over Connell.
I like Kyle.
I like Jake Haener actually a lot.
Not Ryan. John, I think I have Haener after McKee, so I think I have Tanner McKee at 7.
Ooh, I didn't like Tanner McKee.
Yeah, it was. So this would be number 8, because right now we've talked about CJ Stroud, Hendon Hooker, Bryce.
That's right. I think I have Tanner McKee at 8.
Oh, gotcha.
Or 7. No, this is 7. No, you're right. It's 8. It's 8. And then I think I have Jake Haener at 9. I like Tanner McKee just because...
you gave me 21 different quarterbacks.
I know.
You have...
So you like Tanner McKee.
You have Bajan at 7. You have McKee at 8.
Okay.
And Dugan at 9.
I have McKee. I try to have Dugan a little higher.
Let's talk about McKee.
Let's
talk about Tanner McKee.
He's 5 for me.
Can you bring up Tanner McKee for me, please?
Why is Bennett trash? Stop it.
We're not... Bennett's not trash. I just think Bennett has other
issues.
So excellent accuracy, short field talent is catered around a West Coast offense capable of escaping the pocket and scrambling.
He's big.
I like his size.
Tanner McKee is freaking huge.
Yes.
But like not as athletic as he is huge.
No.
So
he is a pocket passer backup.
Mike Glennon neck right there.
He might be a Mike Glennon guy that just comes in and has one great game and then do nothing since.
And then gets a stupid contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did they end up paying? How much did he make?
I don't know. He went. Where did he go after?
John Elway.
Glennon made too much money.
No, he doesn't have the
Every
buck
backup that puts his life on the line for one game makes too much money.
He went to Chicago for a second.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. Hey, remember Bo?
No
right?
way.
Oh, wait a minute.
Although Mason Rudolph was like 6'4", 6'5". Mason Rudolph was a big kid.
Yes, he was.
Which is why I love when he picked that fight with Myles Garrett. Because everybody's like, Myles Garrett's a beast. And I'm like, I think they're the same size.
They're pretty close. Myles was, in the street fight, Myles smoked.
Do you like that comp? Because
I don't.
Here you go.
I don't because Mason actually showed flashes of being able to start.
I don't think Tanner McKee is a starter at all. I don't even.
Oh Jesus, that's
what is that? Is that a no way?
It's in reference to the Myles fight.
Oh my God.
What does it say?
Schittsburg has a helmet with 95.
Oh my God! You wore that today?
Yes, I did.
That is hilarious.
That is hilarious.
We got a Mason Rudolph comp in the chat. You're wearing that shirt.
That's actually really funny.
I freaking love that.
It's meant to be. The greatest backup in the 21st century is Matt Flynn. Jesus Christ.
No, the most overpaid backup in the 21st century. The greatest was Fitzmagic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think he's being funny. I don't think he actually.
No, I was saying most overpaid. I get the joke. That's why I'm saying, because Matt Flynn made a stupid contract.
Glennon made $60 million in his career.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but I think Matt Flynn has over $150 million in contracts. And it was based off that 16th game of the season when Aaron Rodgers chose not to play.
Oh my God, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so Tanner McKee.
And just an FYI, the other guy, Brock Osweiler.
Ooh, I like that one because Brock Osweiler's dog shit.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, I don't like McKee much.
He.
You know what? You know what's funny is I has as a
Three
main
games
con,
I got him paid.
throws a duck. He does not throw a tight spiral.
No, it's wobbly.
Every single pass.
Matt Flynn made 37.
Every single pass
In his career?
Yes.
looks like it's a Tua pass to Tyreek.
Stop getting your head on they mean well. God.
Oh yeah, every one.
He jumped into your meanwhile again?
Yeah, you guys talking about Tua?
I'll bring up that meanwhile then.
No.
It's not the same thing.
His arm strength is lacking. His accuracy overall is lacking.
He has terrible pocket presence.
Poor clock
He's accurate in
management.
short field, but when you get to mid to long,
Poor
he
awareness
struggles.
in critical moments. I just
Well, Ryan.
QB talk sucks. What do you mean? What do you want to talk about?
Well, so what he wants to know is, are these guys good against zone defense? Are these guys good against
No, he sucks.
press coverage?
He's bad on everything.
To be honest with you, I mean, what do you want from me? Like, we're talking about these guys' athleticism and their ability to be a good quarterback.
yeah.
I watched him against Arizona State and Oregon, and he looked awful.
And to be honest, this is a horrible quarterback class.
It is a bad quarterback.
Yes,
So
it is.
we're talking about 5 guys that
Out
should
of
be
5.
drafted, and most of them aren't even starting quarterbacks.
Three we have listed.
There's another guy that I think should be moved up on this list, and because I think he had a good combine.
Oh no, he said no. I hate quarterbacks.
No, that's what I'm saying. What do you want from this quarterback class?
Well,
It's garbage.
This class
Yeah.
is different.
So this is what I would say. This quarterback is like in the middle of the Joe Burrow one and the Kenny Pickett one. It's
Johnny-
not nearly as good as the Joe
Let
Burrow
me break
draft,
this down for you right now.
but
So
it's
like,
not as bad as the Kenny
at
Pickett.
one overall,
They're like middle.
At one overall, the deep threats consensus
CJ.
is CJ Stroud.
Right.
At 2 overall, deep threats consensus is Bryce Young.
Right.
And most of this is IQ and fluid passing ability.
Yep.
Number 3 overall, we had. Oh no, sorry,
number
sorry,
2
I
was
lied.
Hendon.
Sorry,
3 was
number 2 was
Bryce.
Hendon Hooker.
Yes.
So 1 CJ Stroud, 2 Hendon Hooker, and that's just because of his ability overall. We think he's probably the most
Polished?
No. Well-rounded.
Well-rounded, okay.
He has the ability to run, has the ability to throw.
Jimmy, that's funny.
He has the ability to run, ability to throw, and he is probably the most polished as a quarterback, is what Steve or what Wheels says. But I think most well-rounded. Number 3, Bryce Young, because of IQ and ability to throw. Number 4, we have, I think,
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
and that's just because we think that his potential is Cam Newton, which means he could probably go to the Super Bowl. And he might have the ability to bring a team together, personally, I think.
That's crazy.
Then number 5, we have Will Levis. And then outside of this,
oh, Jesus.
it's like shooting into the fog.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know who's going to hit here. And I don't think any could, personally.
No.
You know what?
You got backups or
Yeah.
duds. That's what this is right now.
Now, let me bring up a guy, because I know you guys might not have this guy, is Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I think he had a good combine.
This guy, the UCLA guy.
I think he had a good combine. I
Do
think
you
he
see
had
how
a
many
good combine.
interceptions this kid throws a game? He throws like 2 interceptions a game.
But you know what? He had a good combine. Now, he's short-armed.
Yeah, you're good in the combine against no defense. Congratulations.
Oh.
Look at his game film. The dude is dog shit.
Yeah, we couldn't watch. We watched what?
It's
Who
like
were we watching? We were watching.
it was a lineman.
It was a lineman, and what jumped out to us was how bad the quarterback
All
play
right, let me
was.
throw another one out there. Ready? Malik Cunningham.
I didn't watch him.
I didn't watch him either.
All right, that's another guy. It's just we don't like these guys. This guy was at the combine, did not have a. I mean,
Honestly, there's only 5
day.
quarterbacks getting drafted. That's all we should care about.
Oh man.
Well, let
That I care about. There's gonna be 10.
Steve, talk about Jay Kaner.
I want to
Give
talk
me
about
Jay Kaner.
I like Jay Kaner a lot, actually. The only reason he's not higher up is because he played on a shitty team.
Fresno State. Derek Carr went
Derek
there.
Carr.
Is that your
Devontae
comp?
Adams.
Jay Kaner.
No. I mean, 6'1", 200, he's small, right? So my negative on this dude is he's an overall small size.
I mean, 6 foot's not small. It's not 5'10".
Overall, 6. I mean, I have him at 6'1". If he was 6 foot, whatever, then that is what it is. 6. So I mean, 6 foot, 200 pounds. That's small. Oh, he's 207. He put on a couple pounds. It's not great. But that's my only con is
so
he's
it's
just
funny.
Small.
It's funny because
he's a little raw.
Me and you kind of have the same argument, right? Like I go, can you bring that back up real quick? Quick release paired with high accuracy and a high football IQ. This makes for a clutch quarterback. Also can cycle through his reads with precision. So I think his thing that's holding him back is, like you said, small school and his size.
That's it. But you know what? I mean, Derek Carr is doing pretty good. How tall is Derek Carr?
Do you see his completion percentage? Most accurate quarterback in college football.
I believe that. I have touch on his passes. Accuracy is good around everywhere. His play action's very good. He's solid in the RPO. He runs through his progressions very well.
Derek Carr is 6'3".
My only issue is that he holds onto the ball too long, because look at the rushing yards.
I mean, it is what it is. He played. His team was bad. I have
throw the ball away.
Other notes. O-line is dog shit. I have him as an early third-round pick.
But again,
I like Colt McCoy. That's a good comp. I think he will be a high-level
That's the team he decided to go to. So you have to be ready to have not as great a talent. There's a reason why he's playing at Fresno State and not a top echelon school.
I agree. I watched him against Oregon.
There's nothing against the kid.
Maybe he didn't get a scholarship and didn't have enough money to pay for that. Because now you're picking on guys that might not have been able to go to that area.
I mean, Josh Allen, the only reason he went to Wyoming is because he sent his tape out. He sent his tape out to multiple schools, and Wyoming was the only one that bit.
So, Jimmy, why do you think he's going to be a nice 5th-round pick?
I mean...
Oh, he's definitely going to be a late-round guy.
He's a late-round guy.
You're only going to get 5 quarterbacks probably drafted in the top 3.
I like him. I like him in the third. I think he's going to be a quality draft pick.
And it's funny because there's 5 quarterbacks drafted in the first round. That means there's no quarterbacks drafted 2 and 3 in my mind.
Right. Well, that's fair.
The depth is just in there. What about Max Duggan?
So I have Max Duggan at 9.
I didn't love Duggan.
He's 10.
I didn't love the tape on him.
He probably will be a 10 overall.
You know, I think we watched him so much in primetime games that we got so used to him.
Well, this is the thing. Tough competitive player, quick release, can look off DBs, accurate in midfield to short range.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Apparently it's called. I get called every Sunday by like 90 different people.
Is it Walmart?
Is it for work?
No, it's another friend, so I might have to call him back.
I mean... Hold on. I know. All right, so let's talk about Duggan. We'll talk about O'Connell, too, because I know Ryan wanted to talk about O'Connell.
I like O'Connell a lot.
I mean, I have Jaron Hall that we could talk about. But.
Aiden O'Connell, Johnny.
Purdue, Big Ten, 6'3", 212, walk-on.
I don't... Is that a big deal that he was able to play? Dude got slaughtered against...
I hated this dude.
I like him. He's older.
His combine made him an undrafted free agent.
You lean a lot on the combine, and I don't.
Yeah.
I look...
I like game film.
There's a reason I look at the combine because, like you said...
Film.
There's nobody catching... There's nobody coming at you. If you can't make an accurate throw with nobody coming at you, you're garbage. You are garbage. Because then that means you're a rhythm quarterback. And rhythm quarterbacks, if the team's not doing good... You don't do good, which means you're the leader of the team.
So I would disagree. To be an accurate passer, hold on, Wheeler. To be an accurate passer overall, you have to have some type of rhythm. You have to have some type of rhythm. You have to be able to hit those slants. You have to be able to time it up. If you can't do that when nobody's coming at you,
then you're
fine.
not draftable.
But if you can do it, if you can do it in the game and then not do it when nobody's coming at you, I see that as a plus.
But that's what I was about to say.
If you can do it in the game, you're fine.
So that's what I was saying to you. So is a bad draft or is a bad combine worse than a good combine?
No, he didn't.
What's more
he did
telling?
Not look good yesterday. Ryan.
What's more telling? Is a bad combine more telling, or is it good?
Was loose. When he threw the ball, he touched his ass. Like he too long of an arm motion. He did not look good.
I heard touched his ass and he threw me off. If you have mediocre tape against competition and you have a bad combine, I'm still gonna lean
on the film.
I said it drops his stock.
And I don't.
I still think he's a 5th, 6th round pick.
I have him 6th.
No, we're good. We're arguing about a guy from 6 to undrafted.
I mean,
you wanted to talk about the 10 guys. This is what we're gonna have to talk about. Unfortunately,
we're arguing about the bottom of the barrel.
The worst take to date is that you don't like Aiden O'Connell. I think that's crazy.
I'm with Ryan on this one. I feel special for once.
Take to date.
Hold
on. What was your take? Is that he was just straight garbage?
I said he's undrafted.
Undrafted.
I don't like Aiden O'Connell. I didn't like him at the combine. I watched everything about him at the combine. What did I tell you guys what I like about with quarterbacks at the combine? You can see the footwork, you can see the hips, and on top of that, you've seen the arm motion, the release, and then you can see if he's accurate with guys he's never played with. And he wasn't.
You know what's funny? So my cons, I have a con. Oh, come on. Don't do this.
And you can say, okay, he made 5 throws out of 30 and 5 were good.
Well, then.
And you guys might have watched those 5 highlight reels, but it was not good.
He put a lot of hospital balls to his receivers.
So he throws his receivers into fucking...
Yeah, he smokes his guys.
Baker Mayfield.
Other notes. Would work well in an offense with reliable pass catchers and decent run game. Game manager at next level, if anything.
Yeah, the Browns should draft him since they have his wide receiver from last year.
At least
you got him as a backup to a backup minus.
Backup that needs work.
Do you think he can be a starter? Is there potential there?
I like him in play action, short accuracy, medium accuracy. His good touchdowns passes. His deep accuracy is bad.
So look at some of the guys that started this year. I mean, what's a starter?
I mean,
Brock Purdy.
Dude, I was hanging drywall before the combine started. Shut up.
I mean, I don't know. I got nothing.
And the combine's on replay, so some of us were up till 11 p.m. doing stuff yesterday.
We were texting back and forth.
I don't know. I mean, he's a taller. I don't know, man. He
has good football IQ, but he makes bad decisions when throwing across the middle of the field.
That's another guy.
And he doesn't read the defense.
He can't throw across his body either.
No. Most of these guys from like 5 on they don't have the arm.
So
and
this
is
our argument, right? Like we all agree that the top 5 guys are in the top 5 for a reason. Because we almost had them all in the same place, except for you had Bryce Young at 6. But for the most part, we hit all those guys in the same region. So if we're going to sit here and argue about 6 through 15, essentially.
Yeah, I like Hainer over Bryce Young.
I like Jake Hainer. Jake Hainer to me is probably going to be the dark horse of this draft. And I said,
Brock Purdy possibly.
I'll die on that. I will die on that hill. I like Jake Hainer. Let's go.
Like Tyson Bagent, the reason why I like him is because I would like to see what he can do at the next level. This is a guy that probably goes last overall or undrafted, and it could show up on a team in my mind because of his tenacity and his fight to play the game.
Jake Hainer I think Jake Hainer missed a couple games each year, though, so he was injured in college.
He has unmatched perspicacity.
Indefinability.
Can you see how many games he played? Because I think he missed some games. He was injured quite a bit, I think, in college.
Jake?
Yeah.
I don't care. The dude's accuracy is studdish. The guy only threw 3 interceptions in his final year.
So you don't care about his injury absences?
Not as a pocket passer, because Tom Brady got injured once, and then they said, don't touch him again.
2018 in Washington was 3 games. 2020 in Fresno State was 6. 2021, 13. 2022, 10.
10 games injured?
No.
10 games played, but that's so right there. I mean,
that's out of
over the last 2 years is 23. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to look at the injuries.
We're missing a couple games each year.
I would have to look at the injuries because maybe it was they played another guy.
That's a fair bring up.
Yeah, I like that assessment. Curtis Painter.
Who the hell is that guy? Oh, you know what? Hold on.
I do not know who Curtis Painter is.
Jimmy, sit down.
No, I want to know who Curtis Painter is now. So now I got to look it up. Who's Curtis Painter?
He was.
Come on, Jimmy, get in the chat and you're gonna type.
There.
I won too many letters.
He played at Purdue. You can't make a comp for a guy that went to the same school. It's getting lazy now.
Oh, Jimmy.
6'4", 230.
He was a backup for Indy when Peyton was playing. Yes, he was.
Yeah. 6th round.
He played. He was in the league 3 years.
You can't just comp a guy because he went to the same school. That's
I like that comp
just a lazy take.
It is a lazy take, but if he really thinks that, I mean, that's on him. But at the same time, we're talking Aiden, right?
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell.
Okay. I just don't like Aiden O'Connell. I
get it. I don't.
Plus, let me give you one other thing, and that nobody's gonna like this take. Quarterbacks that start in the NFL can't be this ugly.
Come on, dude.
You've seen that stat, right?
I mean,
there's a stat that like There's a reason that quarterbacks are better looking, and it's just because of
because it's in the script.
No.
Yes.
It's because of something with
I don't know,
the biology of certain people, and they end up being like a top 10% of men. It's hilarious.
One of the ugliest football players.
I'll have to bring it up. This was about 5 or 6 years ago, where they were comparing like attractive men.
I believe you.
In like ESPN, and why are all the good starting quarterbacks more attractive? And then you get that occasional like Andy Dalton that's in there, and certain people like that. We also don't like gingers. That's another thing.
Whoa,
hold on.
Rocket could do it.
Hey, there's been talk that the Raiders might try to acquire QB Mac Jones from the Patriots, though it's unlikely New England would consider moving him.
God, move him, and then New England signed Derek Carr, and I'm all in for a Super Bowl in New England.
Shit.
Hey, that's the only way that they're going to win the division.
You guys want us to talk about Stetson Bennett real quick? Or
Yeah,
not?
that was another one I was going to bring up.
He's old as shit. He doesn't have an arm.
Okay, we're just.
Well, you can't say that because Hooker is also old as shit.
He's going to, but at least Hooker has an arm.
True.
There's a difference between athleticism between Hooker and Bennett.
Hooker he looks like an insurance agent.
Yes, he does. He looks like a used car salesman.
I just want to say,
Jake from State Farm 3.0.
I'm calling you back about that 2023 Honda CR-V. I was wondering if you're still interested in that.
I just want to say Hooker to the end zone.
Hooker.
I mean, yeah.
I just said, Jimmy.
I prefaced earlier. Yes, they are the same age. Yes, age is a thing. And we did say Hooker.
That was
we
my
prefaced all of that. However, Stetson Bennett is so small.
He is mid.
He is 1% in size height.
He's Bryce Young.
He's actually taller than Bryce Young, which tells you what I think about
1
Bryce
inch.
Young.
He ran a 4.67 at the combine.
That's great. And
it's
it's good.
10-inch hands.
That's good.
Did he throw?
Yes.
You know who didn't throw?
No, he didn't.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's telling. Bryce Young not throwing
Going to
is
be
telling.
the Battlehawks? Yeah. I don't think Stetson. I mean, he'll get drafted because he threw for 68% in Georgia, and they played like top end talent
and 4,000 yards.
He'll get drafted.
He'll go to the Browns late.
Jesus Christ, please.
Brandon Whedon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he'll be drafted.
Brandon Whedon was like 6'5" and 28 or something.
Yeah,
26. He was 26
my
before
point
the
exactly.
season started.
Stetson Bennett's a late third, early fourth round guy.
I have him. You know what's funny is I have him in here as a leader.
10.
He is.
That's what I have as a leader.
He is a leader.
Yeah.
At the same time, he steps up in key moments. He does. He puts the team on his shoulders.
But that's another guy with talent he had around him too.
I mean, okay. When I watched him play, I agree with the talent assessment. I also think
he made the plays he needed to.
And any other team, you replace him with Bagent, whatever you want to call him. He is still gonna be a leader no matter what. I think that's just in his blood. Okay.
Ryan, you say value pick. Value at where? Go ahead, continue.
I think he had poor decision making at times though. I think that he tried too hard to put it on himself, and he decided to run it himself when he should have looked for a receiver.
He gets a little risky.
He's small. He's really really small, and that does play into longevity. Mm-hmm. He is older, so that does. I mean, when you're small and you're old, I think that moves you down the list a bunch.
Yeah. You're less valuable to a team,
in my opinion.
But he is accurate.
Now he is accurate.
He is accurate, but he does not have an NFL arm.
Accurate short. All right, teriyaki.
And there's our sponsor.
There's our sponsor.
Listen, you're not bringing up Lad McConkey right now, okay? Lad McConkey shined. All right, but
bring up guys who were drafted, who were born before.
Who else are we talking about?
That's it. I don't even think I have anybody else. I think we talked about.
Jaron Hall. We didn't talk about Jaron Hall.
Jaron Hall.
A little. We can touch on him.
Jaron Hall actually had a good combine yesterday too. But he's an average.
He's another 20.
He's also smaller sized.
I think he's 25.
24. He will be 25 by the draft.
Sorry, yeah, that's how I did my.
He was 24.1 or 1.1, so he will be 25 at the draft. Great accuracy, steady in the pocket, long arm throw. This guy literally was another guy that when he threw the ball, his arm dropped to his hips, and then his motion went over top. That is an issue in the NFL because guys will rip that ball out of your hand every time. Yeah. Capable of escaping the pocket and making good decisions on the run.
He's fast on his feet.
I think he's another guy that's just going to get drafted because he's a plug and play. I don't want to say plug and play starter.
He reminded me a lot of Malik Willis, and I don't know. I don't know That's just what seeing him at the combine.
I was dragged through the mud for having Malik Willis so late when I did mine last year. It was hilarious. I was getting called out saying, you don't know anything about football. Well, what happened? A lot of nothing happened with Malik Willis. That's what happened.
That's when you play the Conor McGregor soundbite. Says, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
The only difference is I think Malik was a little more athletic. But being Jaron Hall's also another guy that's 24, will be 25 before the season starts. It's just
he looks like a Lego character.
There's a lot of old.
A what?
A Lego character.
Oh, that's funny.
Outside of the top 5 guys, everybody else is a. Well, even actually, Hendon Hooker's old, but outside of the top 4 guys, I guess everybody else is. Well, they're all old too. Yeah, they're redshirts.
Well, so this is what Ryan said. I think a couple of weeks ago is he said most of this draft it's odd because a lot of them are seniors coming out because they're just next year is going to be stacked. That draft is going to be. I mean, it's going to be a stacked draft because a lot of these guys. Some of these guys shouldn't be drafted on any other draft, but they're getting drafted because of the talent that's coming out because it's not as deep. At least offensive wise. Defense, there's depth there.
It's also
quarterback, wide receiver. Wide receiver, you have depth late, but there's not good early guys. Just like the quarterbacks. I mean, you have we'll say 4 or 5 guys.
Jimmy quit it. Also, it's a weird draft, right? Because you have a division where there's actually 2 divisions.
Bonix is next year.
There's 2 divisions this year that literally need quarterback at starting helm for every team.
You want to talk about Bo Nix real quick?
So
you want to talk about?
Look at I do not want to talk about Bo Nix.
I don't think he's in this draft class.
No, he's next year. He's next year.
He's garbage anyways.
If you look at the top of this draft, right? Houston.
You went to Oregon. He's shining.
The Colts. And then we look at Washington, Tampa Bay. I mean, there's just so many teams.
I'm telling you, Hendon Hooker is getting drafted in the first round. You guys can call me crazy.
Well, I said right.
Late first.
I said to you, right, 4 guys in the top 10.
I thought it was going to be 2 until I started looking
round.
at these guys. Yeah.
Is what I think.
It'll be 4 in the top 10. It'll be Arizona. No, I'm just kidding. It should be Arizona.
It's a weird year because this is a year.
Oh, should it?
I've been in your camp on this the whole time. I don't want to hear your garbage. Nobody else has been on your side.
Everybody hated that.
Kyler Murray is not the answer long term. They messed up. Steve Keim, when he signed that contract, he screwed that entire organization for the next, 5 years? Good job.
Guys, this is a weird year because the quarterback needs does not match up with what's in the draft.
Yeah.
There's 8 to 10 teams that need a quarterback. And if they want to compete this year, they have to figure it out in free agency or they have to draft a guy way too early.
Yeah.
And that is a problem this year. And by the way, based on what I saw yesterday, there's a possibility Houston does trade up to number 1 to take C.J. Stroud in my mind.
Why not?
Man.
Are you giving up both your first rounds this year? I'm not.
Yeah.
I give up the first this year and Cleveland's first next year.
Oof.
But you have so many other holes. You can't just do that.
But you can solidify in the draft.
Or you just say screw it and you wait and you go get a Caleb Williams or Mayer next year. Or not Mayer. Who's the kid coming out of UNC?
Well, he already said he's probably going to draft a quarterback. So you're going to draft. You're either going to draft at 2 or you're going to draft at 12.
Or you trade back into the first round late and go get Hendon Hooker
after you sign a low end
a starter.
Yep.
No,
Taylor Heineke.
No, Ryan, it's going to be more than 2 ones to move to that spot.
Sign Taylor Heineke for 2 years.
But I'm just saying, I think those are the 2 ones that you would give up. You would give up your second to move to 1, and then you would give up next year's Cleveland Browns first overall draft pick. And then I would have to say you probably would give up a corner to Chicago because they have depth at corner in Houston. And then I think there's a possibility you probably give up like a third or a fourth from the Browns too.
If I'm the Texans,
because they have 2/3 from us too.
This is what I do. If I'm the Texans, I trade 2 and Brandon Cooks to go up to 1, and maybe a third.
I don't think they take that.
They need a wide receiver.
Well, I know.
Chicago needs wide receiver.
But the argument is it's probably going to take 3 firsts or comparable value to get to 1.
It's fine. Then take.
But hold on,
Jalen Carter at 1 because they're not.
Arizona is going to get rid of D-Hop. Chicago has the highest available cap space.
But what are they giving up?
He's not going to a cold weather team. He's going to another dome team. I'm telling you.
Could you imagine, though?
I'm telling you. There was rumor he's going to the Patriots. He's not going to play in snow half the year. He's not doing it.
Johnny, give me your Mimo. Give me Mimo. Let's go.
Yeah, give me some fun.
Give me some fun.
Jesus Christ.
Dallas.
All right.
I can see Dallas. Actually.
So
They find the money.
first one on the left is if these teams were in school, the Saints is the kid who does his work and studies guides but fails every test. The Patriots are
the
kid who has smashed every popular girl in the school. The Browns are the kid that says he'll change each year but never does.
Oh, shit.
The 49ers are the unpopular kid who becomes popular in 1 year. The Eagles are the kid who hit it once and won't stop talking about it.
Oh, jeez.
And the Falcons are the kid who had a chance to date the girl of his dreams but blew it.
That's pretty funny.
That is funny.
And then the next one is here's Tua's healthy year, and then the comment is, or he can just get Tua more concussions.
Oh,
and then the picture is, why are you booing me? I'm right.
Oh, man.
Johnny, give me your takeaways for today because it's the end of the show today.
I hope everyone has a blessed rest of the week, and a weekend rather, and can make it through the work week. Not hating themselves. I don't know, just try to enjoy it.
That seemed very cynical. All right, Wheels.
Buddy, do you want to talk about something? You okay?
Yeah, we need to check on him after the show, guys.
Oh,
we
man.
apologize. Wheels, takeaways for today?
Thanks for spending your Sunday morning with us. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and share. We love having you guys in the chat.
Please share.
Keep an eye on the Twitter for Deep Threats. Ryan, big shout out to him. He's updating the Combine very often for that, keeping every one of us in the loop. So that's helping us take a little bit more off of some of the stuff we have to do with prepping.
See, they don't hate each other, guys.
Aw.
Aww.
Anyways,
I think it was like my first ever real takeaway.
I think it was. That was.
Because I thought about that this morning driving. I'm like, I got to figure out what I'm going to say.
All right, Steve, takeaways for the day?
I think Wheeler's takeaway should have been Anthony Richardson's garbage. No,
Yeah, I can't do that. He does. That's all he does. He does like one-liner takeaways.
No, I want to say thank you guys for being here. God bless you. Like, subscribe, follow, talk to us. Tell us you hate us. Tell us you love us. I don't care. We'll take it. We appreciate you guys. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Get your mom to watch. She'll love it.
all right.
What?
Zach Wilson.
What's wrong? Listen, you don't like moms?
Man, I love football.
Oh, that's funny. I just got that.
There you go. That's all I got.
Anyways.
MILF here. Man, I love football. God.
There you go.
God. All right. I guess my takeaway for today is that we're going to be doing wide receivers probably on Wednesday for the Combine. We're going to be going over all their stuff and what we think their top wide receivers are. Hinton now and Jigba might be better than most think. Also, I think we are going to be doing a big board episode. We're just going to kind of run it live. So for all you want to be on the big board with us and aren't here, you're more than welcome to chat with us and kind of give us some ideas of what you guys think is a big board, and we can kind of break it down together. That will be somewhere around, I think, St. Patty's Day weekend. So just a heads up, we might be drunk, but it's going to be fun.
Will be.
On top of that, I think it's going to be a good time because it's off season, man, and it's going to be rumors of wheeling. Right?
Wheels.
Yes.
Rumors everywhere. And we're almost done with our breakdowns of all these rookies.
Close.
So it's going to be a lot of dude. I can't wait for just off-season talk. A lot of mocks, a lot of fantasy talk will be coming up, and then hopefully Ryan will start getting here soon.
You slacker.
But we're excited. So you guys have a wonderful weekend, and that's it from the Deep Threats today.
Bye.